Dang. Okay. Sure hope no one can see this. That's how long that took. Hmm. It is good, I guess. It's getting the audio, maybe. I can do this. I don't want to do that, but I can. I can also zoom. What happens if I zoom from here? Oh shit, that's a little stupid. Okay. Okay. Kind of interesting. Okay. Here goes this. Do. Doing a stream with a keyboard like this. Okay. Supposedly this is working. That's happening. That's happening. Pretty much no one should have been prepared for this. So yay. Okay. Checking my bit rate. I'm also using OBS to do this, which is new for me. But I figured I should learn. That's strange. Okay. Lower than recommended bitrate. Oh, hell. All right, well, let's see. Where's my hands? Here's my hands. There's a hand. There's the other one. Hello. Isn't that fun? Okay, audio testing. Anyone who's around. Who thought that sounded okay? I did a recording test before this, so I know that there's a bit of weird, like, fight there. But, what I can do is mute my mic for a second and jam for a sec, just because I'm having a lot of fun messing with this keyboard. And it is officially, like, it's 11 a.m. where I am, 11:13 a.m. On today, the 5th of April. And that was when the embargo was lifted. And I had such plans. I had such epic plans for a thing I'm going to do. And I'm probably still going to do that. But holy crap, all of my gear is so old and busted. I have nothing but old and busted gear. And mostly I know this because now I have this. And I know what's not old and busted. This is not old and busted. This is a lot and busted. So this is happening. Okay. So you can see in the video, I'm hoping. Okay, yeah, so what's neat about, okay, also what's fun is you can see that the keyboard's in front of the screen. I have post-it notes on my monitor preventing me from putting the UI in some place that we need to look at. So don't worry about me hiding stuff, because I can't see it either. Like, I can't see that. You can't see that, neither can I. What does this cost? This particular device costs $199.99. This was sent to me by Novation through the work with FL to do stuff with and show it off, and I'm pleased as punch with it. So we have an FPC open, and one of the things it has this instrument button, which shows us specific controls for specific things. And in this case, given that we're using the FPC, it's giving us the FPC layout. This is the top half, and this is the bottom half. It's a bit odd, but when you hit the buttons, it shows you which one it is, so it's not... Okay, this is the top half. I see. And that's the bottom half. That's actually kind of an odd choice, but that's fine. I just visually assign up here because when you put the colors down, it's just the colors on the thing. And that's just really good looking. And so these are Launchpad buttons, basically. Like, this is like the bottom two rows of a Launchpad Pro, like with the way that these are outside. And they're really good. I haven't touched Launchpad buttons since Gen 1, and these are really, really good. And they are buttons, because you can do this. You can push them again without lifting your hand. Rather reliably, and that's because it's actually that button. But it does have velocity sensitivity. These drum samples I'm using are the Jace Lewis samples that actually just kind of came recently, and I arranged them in an FPC for some velocity and sensitivity. And it freaking works. And it's just really good. The only pads I've ever felt that are better are on the freaking Machine Plus, the standalone super thing. So of course they are. And they're transducers, so of course they are. Love doing that. And that. That's why I have 3 kicks. That's just endlessly fun. Oh yeah, we're gonna do all kinds of testing because these pads are also got Aftertouch going on, and like that means I can do my wobs, and I love that because I had a Rolly C-board, and I love that thing too. But let me tell you, the scoochiness of it just doesn't work. Having a button I could just push down and then have control on, that works. That's my fun. This is a fun thing to do. I gotta start thinking that this is the one, and then I can do other things over here, and I can do this. All right, so I wasn't recording any of that. I didn't hit the record button. I didn't do anything, but check this out. If I go to an empty pattern, there's a button here. You can't read it, but it says score log. Kapow! Everything I just played for the last like 2 minutes. Look at that. Ready to go. This is actually just a feature you have, like in FL at proper. It records basically everything you're doing, pretty much forever. Even on this normal typing keyboard, but this just has a button right there. Look at that. And I had to mention it. That's what that looked like. That's what that input looked like. Ah. Yeah. So that, yeah, there's a dedicated button for it. There's also a dedicated undo redo right the hell here. Bam. 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 So on top of that, there's also like I mentioned a metronome. So kapow, that's just on. That's off. That's on. So I can try and record to the metronome, but like to be perfectly honest, I'm not that spectacular a player. So let me show you another fun feature of a thing that's just right the heck here. I ended up losing pretty hard. A lot. But that's okay, because on top of a lot of the other features we've got, a freaking ready to go quantize button. Kapow! Just dear. Let's see how good that did. I mean, I would be moving that around to make that work. But yeah, you know, that's not as bad. That's not as bad as, you know, what I just did. So, I mean, I'm a lot more impressive when there's not a metronome playing. Excuse me. So yeah, I have been experimenting for a while. They sent me this I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and I've been just acclimating myself. And I had this whole plan for performances. There's this guy on Reddit who made a video with a Moog 1, I think that's what it's called, Matriarch, and and he did a thing he called an octopus recording, where he just played all the parts and then like overlaid them. And I was gonna do that, but my cameras are stupid. So we're just gonna do this and have fun with just the screwing around of it all, because I am. And that's a good time. So, this is just I have also the first thing I made was a freaking FPC kit because I wanted to jam. I wanted to make some breaks, damn it. And this is basically all I've ever really wanted out of a pad controller for FL is to trigger the freaking FPC. And there's other things that we could be doing with it, and that could be things that the future may bring. But this is finally answers have been here. Thank you, yay. And there's also other things such as. And giving me a reason to actually use Flex some more. And by a reason, I mean just reminding me that Flex is actually pretty sweet. And there's a lot of really sweet sounds in here, and having a keyboard to express some of them is also pretty great. Now, I was messing around with this instrument view, and like I'm not going to actually play this on here because it's not going to be valuable, but what there is, along with that, I can also just be selecting things here. There's also straight up just like normal sequencing I could be doing on here. I might be doing some of that later too. I can do drums every way there is. Oh boy, the chord stuff, we're going to mess with that. That's what we're going to do up here. But on top of this, there's also knobs, and up here is what selects how the knobs do. Also fun with the shift button, if I let go of it, it doesn't hold it, but if I double tap it, it does. That's how you can one-hand the things. And so you have your like straight up control, like you see it highlighting up here what it's given us. And you go up and down the thing. It also has a preset. This is a preset up and down. What that's for. And sometimes it can screw up. But here's something fun about modern FL. If I go in here and I go to that's not an instrument at all. And I undid me. There it is. I'm jamming. Oops. I hit the preset button. You know what I can do? Undo that. Isn't that miraculous? That has nothing to do with this keyboard. That's actually just FL being like, yeah, you know, you actually should be able to undo most things that like that. So that's cool. Oh snap! Somebody just did a thing on whatever. Do I offer consulting Seamless? Give me a private walkthrough of FL. Heck yeah, I do. I offer private lessons actually. If you look in the description, I hope actually the description's there. Streaming on YouTube is strange, and I'm hoping that there's like a thing under this with information, including a link to where you can look at this thing with all the specs and stuff. But up there's a bunch of other stuff, including information about how to get lessons on one-on-one type deals, Skype or Discord usually. I have been like hilariously behind the ball and like wildly unprofessional lately, and I'm really very sorry about that. And I'm not trying to like scare you away because I don't want to scare you away, but this. Okay, cool beans. Anyway, so I was going to show off about selecting on the Flex business. When you go over here and you pick plugin, that's what I wanted. Is that it will for the things like Flex, it'll automatically map these to the relevant like thing you want. In this case of Flex is just the 8 macros. They're there. How cool is that? Pick a different sound to mess with. I went through it, favorite a whole bunch because I like them. Oh yeah, here's a couple that are I didn't know could be so good, like the freaking guitars. But like this, let's also just talk about this keyboard as a keyboard for a second. You know, playing it with keys. It's really good. This is the 37 key, the FL Key 37. And there's a mini one, which is pretty sweet. Did I have to set up something after plugging it in? Not even kind of, but in case you need to, the way that FL's like MIDI stuff works is that when it shows up on the list, and it will, it has a little designation of what it actually is. Fun thing about the controllers is that you can change these. You can come up here and you can just pick them, including just generic, in case like whatever it is you got going on doesn't want to work. This might make it work, because MIDI is pretty universal most of the time, unless the manufacturer decides that they're doing something special, like with MPE or whatever. So there is now this. This should be a thing that's here. They had to send me this. I had to manually put this in there, but I'm pretty sure the modern FL just recognizes this. And then there's also like the Novation's components system, which is how they do all their like stuff, the management for individual devices. That just gets it all up and running anyway. So yeah, if it is not there, if it's not doing the jags, just pick it, and there it is, and it works. You can pick other things and make them do different stuff. Like if you pick the Akai Fire, for example, and you're not using the Fire, you do all of a sudden you're playing a key, and it like writes a sequence on a thing, and just out of nowhere. It's weird. The scripts are weird, but if you got the right thing for the right thing, it'll do the job. Yeah, the setting, the beautiness of it all is that all of this stuff is just how it is forever. No setups, no rearranging, no global linkings of anything. It just is. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's set up, and it's not. And you want to let's look at how granular it is. So like that's that one, and here's a pretty obvious one, like using Slice X. Pow. So if I slice up anything, let's slice up.
What? What time is it?
What time is it indeed? Turn it down a bit though. And then where's my medium button? I haven't used this thing in like 100 years. I just put a score for everything. There it is. Yeah. So now check that out. It just automatically did that. And then the knobs do stuff. The knobs actually, like the first two, the X, Y, like they came up with everything they could to try and make the macros actually be macros. Look, like they reached really far to give these guys like, and I need that. I like it. Woo. Yes, that's right. So this thing also shows up as a mass storage device, which is a setting that you can disable. It tells you how to do that with a PDF readme that you get inside the mass storage device. It's not very big. Only has room for that. I didn't do that. It just does it every time I turn it on. I don't care. How's the chord feature? The chord feature is beautiful. Let's go back to the thing because that's actually something I wanted to mess with. Where's that? I had a specific dude that I like. It's a nice plucky dude. Is that you? Is that this? It is. Okay. I also really like the velocity controlled sounds. Wow, that was loud. Oh snap. Why was that so loud? I swear to God I'd already leveled that so that wouldn't happen. Crikey. Oh, it's probably because it's putting it... No, it's in the master. Interesting. Still epic. Turn it down. Oh, that's not helping what I'm doing right now. Okay. Dude. There it is. Sweet. All right, that should be less devastating. Sorry about that. All right, so the chords. Which thing am I on? I'm on this. All right, so there's a whole bunch of options. There's just a pretty generic scale chord type. If you go down to pages here, it tells you what's happening up here. Can you even kind of read that? No, oh my gosh. If you can, you have superior eyesight. All right, way up here, it's giving us the names of the rows. This is top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. So up here, triads, then sevenths, then ninths, then sixths and ninths. Now, but it's stuck in like one octave of range, and if you want them to go up there, I think I have to actually shift it, because if I do just octave it, it doesn't. Oh, it does. Oh no, it doesn't. Ha! The octave only applies to the keyboard here. So that if I shift page it, yep, there it is, chord octave. Damn, that's loud. All right. Now, another dope element of doing this is that you see it turn green when I go here. It's also turning green in FL. And other than just indicating that, I actually think the green color has anything to do with it now that I think about it. It has Aftertouch. So, let's put you somewhere that's not in just the middle of nothing. Okay. Do. Oh, I can't read you. Oh my gosh. All right, fine. Doing it my way. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. Bam-ba-ba-ba-ba-bam-ba-bam-bam. Link to controller. Hold it down. Do the thing. Walk it around. Now you got Aftertouch. Kind of insanely overpowered Aftertouch, but let me like last half or something. Other way around. Bam. Oops. Come back. So yeah, you can play, excuse me, you can play the, yeah, okay. You can play this and this at the same time. You can switch around octaves independently, so you can jump around the chord types. And while you're doing it, you have Aftertouch with the pads. Really nice, incredibly accurately stabilized Aftertouch. That's something that not even the Rolly could pull off. Nice. All right. How is it with Harmor? It is actually quite nice. Pew. As you might expect, the first in this knob series here, it applies itself to the X, Y's, and Z's, and also gives us main controls over like important elements, just like the whole phases and pictures of things. Here's the harmonizer going. Harmonic blur, nice, got that in there. And wow, I like that it went to the filter as like the very last option. But whatever, the first three are freaking the macros, so who cares? But yeah, doing this kind of jack. So here's how you do, like, the chord stuff can do that nicely. So by the way, this is just oh, did I mute it or something? No, I didn't. That's the freaking master. I'm confused by what I have happened here. What did I do? Did I put that EQ on the master and then mute everything? Nope, I'm confused. What have I done? Do you work? You still work. Why don't you work? You just don't work. Did I accidentally mute you? Nope. You know something? Just go put up a new one. Kabam. That worked. Oh, derp. I pulled down the volume, put the filter all the way down with this thing. I'm a smart person, I promise. Ha 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 ha. Good job, Mabe. The velocity setting applies nicely to this as well. So I was gonna say the chord setting has the Aftertouch business too. There's also this whole extra page at the end called custom. This is something that you can change the properties of how this works inside components. The way that this came off default is that this is just a scaled keyboard ready to go, and it applies itself based on the scale settings you push down here. Which here's something about this that's also awesome. This, I didn't have this on here, but what that is a key limiter. It prevents me from playing outside of scale anywhere. It's on C minor right now. It tells you on the thing. So then that's also what's on here. What this is like. I'm gonna change that to when I was doing octaves. There it is. Yeah, so right now it's D, E3, still ski minor. Ski minor. How do I do? Oh yeah, I just derp. I could have sworn this is how you change the scale. Bam. That is how you set it. You shift scale, and then you set the thing and it sets it. I might be able to set a custom scale that way. That's a kind of a fun thought. I'm gonna mess with that later. Yeah, also, by the way, there is a custom chord mechanism, which you probably saw on the business out there. That's how you change that business. But on the back to the user chord side. And what you do here is you just hold down a thing and play a chord. And that was that chord. And so you can just make, like, I already have other chords from when I was doing this before. And that's just awesome. Like, I could do whatever, that's just how many as I need. Damn. To be honest, I mostly stick with the regular sort of chord selection because it's freaking almost all of them that I care about. It's the thirds, triads, and it's triads, sevens, nines, sixes, and nines. And then if I were gonna get crazier than that, I'll probably write something. What was I gonna do? Something to do. Oh yeah, the custom. So the good thing about the custom is that it has Aftertouch with manual independent input. So I can do and get something fun here with this. Doot. And now I'm going to turn this down for me because it's just loud as hell in my head. And we probably don't need it in the mic. Okay. So I picked E minor, I think, right? Yeah. So I am going to link the macro to our Aftertouch. Do it, yeah. So now it's channel Aftertouch, which means that it's heard. I don't have to worry about it like being an individual voicing element. So it will be just one value. It'll switch between values, but it'll still be whatever the individual value I pick is. I'm doing a monophonic sound, so it doesn't particularly matter. But if it wasn't, it would be pretty bad, actually. Let's apply this to some stuff. Let's do some harmony. Do. Pick the thing right on you. Can't see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, the 90s. So we got octave, next octave. You can see it do that thing it does in the Launchpad with the normal keyboard layout, and then it highlights the next octave being the same. Put your filter down. Put it before the prism. There you go. Well, I was doing that good with smooth mod on. And what was the command for the next one for phaser? I think we do that without touching it. Oh my god. I am gonna touch it though. Cause I like touching the stuff. Oh man, for prototyping, this is ridiculously invaluable. Being able to just like articulate it with force. Anyway, that's a nice time there. Let's talk about, people are asking what the other plugins are like. Let's see. So Citrus has a similar kind of macro basic situation. So it has the same sort of like, yeah, this guy's controls X and Y. Now, what I love the hell out of about this is note that when I move this and it moves that, it's not moving the other guy. And when I move this and it moves that, it's not moving that thing. I didn't have to set up anything. Oh my god. That's just my life right there. So this also, I have it set to doing pot pickup mode, where if I move it to a position and it's some way, so I move someplace to some other whatever, it won't move it until I reach it to its, oh, hey, look, it jumped. Okay, well, it's supposed to wait until I move to its original position not to do that. And I have noticed it do that sometimes. So I wonder how and why. Excuse me. Yeah, what else? What else do you? Oh, hey, oh my gosh, the freaking ADSR settings for the filter and the volume. I might even use those now. Oh wow, and only the decay for them too. They choicey people. I like it. Unison control. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Holy crap. The sub. That's a choice. And LFO depth. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, wow. That's actually that's a good pack of choices. Let's look at I'm sure with enough work you can, I mean there is a custom line for these too. So I mean I can just map these to things like that's, but again, the automatic nature of it is great, right? And here's 3x to 3x. Oh, waveform selection. That's pretty cool. Bottom guy. Last dude doesn't do nothing. Oh hey, it's doing the filters. And to filter selection. Holy crap, this is selecting filters. Oh my, I could use the whole synth from up here. Like, that's ridiculous. I can put a sample in there, but damn. Look at me doing what I just did with Harmer. That feels cool. I'm happy about that. Okay. Let's go through a bunch. Let's see. Animation clip, that'd be kind of fun. Beat map. I'm sure they work. I'm sure, I'm curious. Direct wave. Yeah, show me what you got. Show me what the heck you could possibly be mapped to. I detect nothing. That's fine. It's whatever. That's a big plugin. That's weird. Harmless probably got something. How it works with Patcher. Custom. you gotta build it with the custom library, as in you pick these, and now these are just freely mappable knobs. or at least they would be. Oh, there they are. Yep. Oh, these. Oh, I get it now. The pot moding control system applies to the onboard MIDI stuff. Okay, so there's like a separation here. There's like the two for business. There's some software shenanigans, and then there's also like software scripting aimed MIDI, and then just regular MIDI. The scale business. Like that's all just this thing putting out notes, and that's awesome. And then it also it's separate from that, and also that when I shifted it over here to be these knobs to move those, that's this guy's just got some knobs on some CCs. And that's different than when I go over to pick the plugin ones. Now digital scripted shenanigans. Like, what does this guy do for the pluck? Nice. Don't you have a XY controller? Well, no, you don't. You don't have anything. Actually, you know what? To that end, this is another plugin. So, because remember, these are preset buttons. So that you can get a lot of work done picking some stuff. Can't even hear that. And all the plucks. I'm way too low. There it is. Yeah. Dang. Like, just from a keyboard to pick a thing and do some basic sound design choices like that on everything, that's kind of fun. And I'm pretty sure this is just picking up from wherever you are on their presets folder. It's just picking whatever's forward or next. So if you make your own special preset folder, go to that folder. This will pick from there. What about performance mode? So no, there does not appear to be any performance mode integration with these pads. That's something. That is a thing. How the heck ever? Like, I to be perfectly honest, what I kind of suggest is that if you're actually gonna care about launching clips like that with FL, you should get the Akai Fire. That's the device that does that better. This thing is all hands-on performance. It's all what are you doing with your hands to perform an instrument, and it is excelling at that. I think it would be nice if I could just pick cells. This is enough cells. Let's do something with that. But the Akai Fire has 2 launch pads worth of cells, or maybe just a launch pad worth of cells. I think it might just be one worth. How much? But yeah, anyway, that's it about performance mode for this guy. But what it is really good at is being able to just like record, play, record, perform, have the thing. Oh my gosh, over and over again. And mostly just that it has this incredible tactile response. And I call it that because I'm not used to having a control with this depth of control just on what's happening. Like to be able to come here and just be like, cool, doing this now. Let's go to instrument, have this guy. For those of you who missed it earlier, this is the FPC doing a thing. And now I can't hear myself at all, so I'm going to turn that back up. So just to go over what this FPC even is, like for the snare, for example, like these samples are all from the pack of Jace Lewis stuff that just came out, and they're really good recordings of real kits, and I purposed them up to make a kind of breaky thing, and it's basically like a mini Superior drummer, and that's working out really nicely. And writing wise, that's always been fun, but like having to be able to, like, I can have the pad like in there now, and so. Only kind of good at it. The pads are stupidly responsive. Holy crap. I'm still just blown away by that personally. You can't really see it on the light, but that kind of blurred out look on the keys have, the kind of burnt almost. There's actually a fine black mesh lined printed on top of each of the pads, and I enjoy that there. Where is fixed velocity? That's something you gotta do per plugin, and I recommend doing that anyway. Like this one, for example, you could tell not to do that. After the fact, anyway, I also had this whole system of compression and crap going. I didn't do any sidechaining or anything. I just wanted to see how good I can get it just from a kit, from individual kit perspective. Damn it. I just love breaking the beats, okay? And then, I mean, I also train a little bit to do some of that, like, what they call it, the punky metal stuff. yeah. See how light it lets me touch that? That's crazy time. Can be used for performance mode too. That's gonna be a question that gets asked often enough that I'm willing to bet pretty soon. Yeah. Not right now though. I'm going on a tour of the various plugins, see what else it could do with other things. What have I not picked before? Citrus and Harmor are pretty intense. Let us do that. I'm impressed with the Harmless integration too. More the Flex stuff probably, to be honest. Like I'm digging with this being the way it is, Flex is now more important than ever. A thing like it this well integrated, because like you design a sound knowing that a person is just gonna have it there. Thank you for that. Oh, thank you for FL Basics. You're welcome. I'm making more. I have to make more. So many more new things are happening. I have to make new ones. All right, I am on that. But what do I want? I want you to be here. You're there. Cool. Like I haven't done it yet, but you can just also like freaking sequence, like directly do the thing. I just haven't done it yet because I made a pad so I could play drums live. But if I didn't want to play drums live, I could just do this. That's there. But more D's. Oh boy, extra sauce. What do you like? Ooh. I put you in that channel with the low pass, didn't I? Preset up. Oh, look at that. Oh, I remember this one. This is a good one. Can I sequence in the playlist too? More in the sequence in the playlist. SAR. Oh man, I forgot about that plugin completely. I actually had a real big like kind of crush on this before it came out because I was expecting like something slightly different than what it was. What do you got? All right, the first one of these that put the primary filter on the first freaking knob. Thank you. And you better be resonance. Hell yeah. LFO control, dope. Was it a mode setting? It is a mode setting. Oh, cool. You can pick the whole. Wow, you know, the simpler the synth is, I'm realizing the more direct the control can be laid out on this, and I'm kind of digging that as a concept. Yep. Sub level, cool. Octave choices, that's fun. Glide time, also fun. Whee! I definitely opened up way too many plugins. Delete you. Delete you. Delete you. Delete you too, but before I do. Oh yeah, and then the filters. I wish it would go to the window that I was moving it when I did, because like I can barely tell I'm doing this here. This has the it just has the parts of the SVLF. I was like, it doesn't actually have all three modes, does it? That'd be kind of hardcore. There it is. It didn't make the change when I was holding the last note. I was wondering why it wasn't doing the AM thing. Actually, yeah, you know something? Let's go back here. Yeah, the key step. Yep, this thing. This the key step. Actually, there is a key step form factor esque one of these, even with the touch wheel versions. I haven't even used the freaking mod wheel on this thing yet. Do I make whole songs tracked anymore? I mean, to be perfectly honest, no. I mean, I really don't think I was ever that interested in the actual. I've basically been making excuses for not doing music forever. because really all I'm interested in is the sounds. That's just the whole thing. That's always been it. I was watching a video of how they made the sounds for Halo Infinite, just how they did gunshots and stuff like that, loading propane in the tubes and shooting it out in the forest, and I'm sitting there just being like, that looks so good. That's just what I've been doing this whole time. This weird nonsense that someone else could turn into something cool. Like, that's just what I want to be doing. Whee! But today, more or less, I want to try with this. And I think we'll get pretty far, to be perfectly honest. I after we get done doing what we're doing here, which is kind of experimenting and showing off the things it can do. Which have I missed anything yet? Let's actually, well, you know something. Let's go to a new. Don't save it because I ruined it. So yeah, if I just put down some regular samples and things. So if I did have my Ki-Fi hooked up while I was doing this, I could do some pretty cool like synergistic elements, but I don't actually. Among the few things I couldn't really get working today. I'm in a pretty dire straits when it comes to my gear. I am operating on some seriously old stuff, which is fine. Like my whole jazz is doing a whole lot with nothing, but it's starting to be a lot of nothing. Yeah. Oh, it did the thing. Oh, hey, it didn't do the thing. Wow, cool. It worked this time. Sometimes it gets a little bit special with the way that it does the element here. It's still working. Hey, do you have one of the things? Let's see. Plugin. Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, it can do mixer too. So you see it. The big red thing there. If I do pages. No, octaves. The heck. Channel rack button? No. Oh yeah, mixer. Nope. There's a freaking button. That word that says mixer. Yeah. So this is so that you can do literal like functional physical mixing, and it's only caring about the specific fader it's on while you're highlighted on it. When you're not, it's not. That's fun. The 37 is like the first thing I thought of when I wanted it to. Like they gave me an option. I could have gotten the mini or this one, and I was just like, give me the biggest one with the most pads. They both have the pads. They both have those. But like I need big keys. I need big keys. I have a key step. It's a lovely device, but it is tiny to me. Yeah, I wanted to show the mixing thing. So then the mixing pan is actually the whole other setting too. It has so you can do the panning on it there, and then there's channel volume and pan, which is specific for when it's in the channel rack space. Let's go back to sequencer. Oop, I turned shift off. There you go. It's interesting that it's not there. Oh, it's because nope, that's special. I wonder if this is doing the thing right. Let's go through some troubleshooting. Kapow. Okay, good. There it is. Took it a second. Bam. All right. It was like half working. Actually, I think it might have actually just been working. I didn't even try to put in a deal. All right. So do 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 do. I think there actually is a way to get to the metronome in there, but I have never tried. Let's do like 126. And you could be like a half mile shorter. There we go. And let's try to avoid using your hands there. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait. Let's do this the proper way. Am I still on mixer setting? I'm not. So I could do, so you have like a top and bottom action. Like we can set the knobs, you can set this independently. So now I'm doing mixer duty. So hats be not loud. I also have these on like giant mixer mode because I was planning on using a touch interface. That was something that was also coming. I am coming in here to do reverb. And then high pass something. I had this problem before. I'm going to solve by doing that. No, they wouldn't. There's no way. No, I didn't think so. Okay, I was like, did it map like the effects knobs too? No, it's doing channel rack control, which there's control for the sampler apparently, and that's filter. That was the filter that moved. Yep. There's the type. And what's after that? What? Holy shit! Oh! Oh no! What are you? Gate? Oh, a gate control. I didn't even know you had a gate control. Where the hell even is the gate control? Holy snap. That's special. Fine time. Oh wow, these guys. That's the swing control, independent swing control. So this is for when you engage global swing, and then you can independently control a thing's swing. So like, how swung is it? It could be not swung at all or completely swung, and that's just this thing that you just have there. That's cool as heck. What's up, Hugo HMF? Stuff about FL that I've always known was there, but don't care about because I don't remember to go down the menus, and now we're just here, and like that's great. I didn't even check what this thing did. It didn't appear to do anything. Okay. Damn, I just got hella distracted by how cool this was. Bam. Neat. Give me a snare of some kind. Here, let's go get one of the jacers. Where's the other one? There it is. No, that's that one. All right. This is what I wanted. Bam. Like that sound. And you guys ever get this kit? This was something that like some combo with ImageLine one day, and like it just was in the download. It was just there. I assumed everyone got it. I really did. It's full of the most like synthesized types of like samples. If I use the pads to play notes, can they function as upper or lower extension to the keyboard? Oh yeah, totally. The notes up here and the notes down here have two completely different articulation systems. They might even be two set up straight up different MIDI things, and that is the thing that they have. The systems here can control, and then also you can just adjust for output inside FL. Am I planning on doing an FL 21 basic tutorial series? Heck yes, I am. How do I feel about FL Mobile? A lot better before I accidentally destroyed my iPad. I might get it on my phone just to see if I can, but yeah, that happened yesterday. One of my speakers fell off my thing and literally corner pounded into the ground, and that's how my day went. Anyway. Yeah, one of these. Oh, and wow. So like I can just wow, oh my gosh. I really wish that like the in out, like the crossfade settings were the last three guys, because that's the only thing I use in here. But I this guy, this was a newer addition to the having, you know, control over a sample. But like this is usually all I need to do. Frankly though, I like it. What's that in here? That's you guys, right? Yeah. Bam, bam. Yes. Again with the Q. Kapow. And by that, I mean kapow. Here's the thing. I'm actually getting used to looking at this only this way, which is not something I meant to do, but this is, for some reason, off by default. But if you can show yourself the phase rotation, I picked a specific high pass just then, because if you look at 8, you can see this happen. Now, this still does the job, but you can kind of hear that kind of tearing that happens, like when a jet comes at you. This is like a thing anyone's ever experienced. Like, yeah, right. But you hear that kind of ripping sensation of a fast object whipping after you, like a race car in a video or something like that. And that's kind of what this is happening. Like if you make a thing flop and you make it go down to phase rotation, it does a kind of flippy job. And this is that and what it looks like. But if you do a less intense version of it, you can see that it gets less and less ridiculous until it's not, doing it. Every one of these has their own like a depth of how hard they're doing their deal. And that's why I picked this one, because it does the least devastation, and for percussive things that can be kind of important. Well, for this one, I'm just doing a top half. Because this guy's already got the bottom. Bam. You know what, too, you also go into reverb. But not that much. Long-time Seamless viewers will understand the joke I just made. All right, let's go back to doing some bass sound design like I was doing it earlier. Let's get us some. So what we're trying to do, and because I haven't, it's been a while since I've interacted with music as a thing from an instrumental perspective. So I have to like account for my interface as a limitation. So I'm attempting, and by my interface I mean like me, my arms. So I have to plan for how I'm going to like get this into a direction of a song. And for the most part, the plan is like, okay, I know the parts I'm going to make and that kind of thing, but it's also going to be, I'm not going to do things that are going to be so hard that I won't be able to do them. Except for the things that I plan to like, correct with automatic features that this keyboard happens to possess. And in fact, it might help me do things even harder because it has all those chordy controls and things, and that's just cool. All right. You can go away. Your bassy thing, you can go back there into doing that. Oh. I'm getting used to having transport controls here. That's fun. Launch key was more of an Ableton MIDI controller. Does it fit FL's workflow? It's doing a pretty good job. It's interesting though that it doesn't do the thing that's like probably the most Ableton-y thing FL does, which is launch clips. I just have to imagine that's coming up like fast as a deal. Hands on with the V21 beta. Oh, for sure. There's actually a lot of really there's in particular one plugin that I'm very happy to be public when it is, so I can talk about it because it's so cool, and it'll change a lot of things people want out of processing. I don't want to talk about it because I can't talk about it, but that it will happen. It's becoming a thing. Is there a trick to placing patterns without them being offset? Always have to adjust them to that snap. Okay, 2 tricks. 1, choose a snap. I had it off right now, and this is actually to solve a problem that FL no longer has, which is when you record things with snap on, sometimes it will automatically quantize them to the point where it actually just straight up didn't record it until it hit. But I'm pretty sure they made that not be a thing. But if that's not the case, you can turn on snap. But even if it is the case, and you hold down Alt, what the hell? Why is it snapping? Oh, because I have turned that on for everything individually. And so for this one, let's see if I turn snap off. Whee! If I hold down Alt, all of a sudden it snaps. But I believe it's snapping to something useless. Nope, you're not snapping at all. Why aren't you snapping? Alt used to make things snap. How interesting that is not. Well, Alt usually Alt turns off snap. And a lot of the line editor interfaces, what'll happen when you turn off snap is that if you hold down Alt, you can re-engage it. So you can be like, oh, look, I had no snap, but now I do. So that was the behavior I was expecting just then. But no. But yeah, you can also just turn on snap. So, though, if that happens, an emergency maneuver I have, if like you like copy and paste something and for some reason it's like out here, and you try to like put it and it won't, and it just keeps being offer and offer, then what you can do is just kapoo, and then now it's on. Kabow! Kabow! And then I don't have to care. But yeah, let's do some harmonias or harmonisms. for doing bass, I'm going to turn off my velocity, because I mean I might actually use velocity, but it's not going to be for volume. Make it mono and quick. Turn down the post effects. All right. So this already has. See, I was just about to do this, so like link it out to a macro, but it has one. It's already good. This thing has so many knobs, and that's like all I ever wanted out of a controller like this. Like the last significant controller that was a keyboard that I got was an M Audio Keystation 88. The one with the billions of faders. So that should tell you something about what I look for in a controller. Size and features. They tease such a thing. They might have. There's actually quite a few cool new plugins they're working on that they tease in the teasers. But the one I'm talking about, there have not been any kind of visual indication of, or even a name. So it's yeah. Is this keyboard out now? I believe it is. I think so. The embargo lifted an hour ago. Yeah. In fact, there's just a filter control on here, right? That's like the last one, yeah. See, I can just dedicate, always have this on. I wonder if I'd move this, if it'll move both. Nope. That's gotta get changed. I gotta plug on. Yep. Right. Anyway, what I wanted to do, let's go do our macros, Ben. Let's try to do a thing I've been trying to do. And also for fun, let's go to our custom mode here and link our Aftertouch. Oops, I linked the note by accident. Hold down the note before you do this, then hit it, then move it, and now it knows it's Aftertouch. I wonder. Nope. Alright, so that's what I probably wanted to do. But so I actually don't want to link this to Y or X. I want to link this to Y and X, and also Y. It's starting to sound like that one track from Half-Life. Those will work for third-party plugins. Yes, if you use the custom knob row and map them manually. The automatic mappings are things that are only for FL things. You know what? I haven't tried it with Patcher. I had honestly just assumed that there was just genuinely no way that it would know how to automatically trigger like a surface controller, but let me see if it just automatically does the first like available ones. No, I didn't think so. That'd be way too much. Knobs aren't even active. They don't even, yeah. You have to be custom with that, and that's fine. You know, I genuinely expected that behavior. On the pads velocity sensitive, yeah, they are. When this kick back into stream earlier, you can see me doing some drum work with a kit, and you can see the velocity in action there. Let's go a little higher than that, a little more granularity, less smoothing. Definitely going to be doing this. All right. Oh yeah, but I also want to just turn this on. Kapow. Do. Bow. Not velocity mapping. Bam. Yeah, check it out. Velocity mapping. Like so low. It has an on-off. It is a button. It is actually still a button. It might be a button and a transducer, but it has incredibly low travel. In fact, when I was first playing this and I was thinking about it, I want a keyboard made out of this. I mean like a keyboard made out of that. I want keys this shallow that I could just... Wow, because that's what they are. They are buttons. What this keyboard compares to? Well, you know something. I have played the bigger keyboards that Novation has, the SLs, And this is comparable to those. Like, this is comparable to every keyboard. These keys are perfect. They're synth action keys. They're flawless. Like, that's great. And these pads, I'm a bit behind the curve when it comes to pads, because my last last time I touched a launch pad, it was when on the first one. So these are hilarious improvements over those. But the pads compare to Machine pads. Machine plus pads. The best pads they ever made. It's really incredible how good these pads are. Excuse me. This whole time I've been trying to do this. This is the FX dry mix to go down, so that means the distortion version comes on. Let's get us gonna mess around with our prism, but I'm not gonna. Snaps off. Okay. I'm gonna increase complexity as it gets higher because it's denser. Yeah, in there. But I want it to be above. I want it to be a positive change mostly. All right. And flatten back to 0. Neat. Put that on again. I love doing this. I love messing around with the prism's velocity sensitivity. Immediately talking. Immediately like it's a volume. Someone pointed out that I might have needed to activate patcher in the parameter for it to know it was even there. Let's see if that's the case. Bam. Activate. You get controlled. Nope. Am I still on plugin mode? Yes, I am. Yeah. So what I would do if I just to demonstrate how I would do this, it says not used on the freaking readout over here. So I think that cans that as a discussion. But we can go over to custom here, and this is just some CCs, and I could be like, cool, bam, woo, there it is. Woo, there it is. Woo, there it is. And this is, so that demonstrated. Back this guy. And also, kapow. I could get used to this. Like, I'm already used to this. So, all right, someone mentioning the confusion as to the process here. This is, you can see how bright it is, right? Like loud, quiet. You can think of this loud quietness now as a parameter modulator that's just turning this guy up and down per each of the voice there, and up and down looks like this, which I'm now realizing is barely even touching like where even the thing is. So I'm gonna have to mess it up more. There it is. Now you can see it do it. The higher ones are up and changing, but when it's too low, it's not changing. That's the change that happened, because if that's not on, it's just all change all the time. And it's the opposite, where it brings it back to unchange. The louder it is. That sounds a little more damaged most of the time. Multiplier's a little harder. That one's a lot. This guy, articulate number X. Number X, yes, the number X. Dun dun dun. Well, no more extra points. Thank you. All right, all of that was just to get it so that the phaser will do some fun stuff when I turn to this mode. Oh, it sounds like a person yelling. Ah! Ah! I'm sorry if that triggers people. It's actually kind of getting to me a little. All right, we're gonna do the same thing with this guy. So, like all that crap we just did with the prism, save for this ability to control it, we do have that Windows ability to control the pitch control. So that's the funnest thing to do. I'm going to adjust this curve a bit. Right, that's not velocity. What I was going to try and do is put this on volume, because even though we got the FX dry mix doing its thing, changing the volume before distortion alters tone a bit. That's kind of weird. It's How low am I right now? No idea. Because I destroyed it with a filter. I was a whole ass octave lower than it should have been. Because this thing is. Oh, you know what I should do? This was actually advice given to me a long time ago by Mr. Billen. Mr. Billen. Back when we were discussing using the Rolly and using the sensitivity to actually control LFO speed. And that's something I think I actually am going to do. But we're going to do this for something interesting. I'm going to do a double Reese situation. One of them is going to have some stuff, and another one's going to be the thing that causes the Reesing. Or that's going to happen by way of pitch change. Can't see you. Can't see you. That's an incredible pitch change. Doesn't need to be that high. Heck yeah. There's going to be a fun. What needs to happen is for both of those to do that. Now you, I'm going to do some jank. Some janker jank. Because I need the jank, but I need to be essentially the product of randomization, but not random. We're getting there. Ooh. What is being randomed to make that not do that, right? Oh, nothing. It just has a, that's just, okay. How do I want to fix that? How do I fix it before? How did I do that? I did it with, oh, that's a fun thought. Okay. All right. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, you can't be the one that does this. You have to be normal. You got to be the one. Okay. Well then, yeah. Planning. Yes. Neat indeed. All right, now what is going on here with this though? Are you? You're on the whole time, every time. You're not being randomized. Your ramp is correct. It's you. And now I'm like an octave higher again. That's interesting. Kapow. Huh? So a reminder that I'm controlling the pitch of this guy, which is controlling the speed of that effect. Not velocity, thank you. So what I'm gonna do now, like, I know that's too high. That's way too high. Maybe it's not. Well, that's too high, but what I was gonna do is I was gonna do this. Make it really hard to get there. Basically adjusting the pressure curve specifically for this. I like doing that a lot. Also, this is on. That's weird. Why isn't it altering to the L? Because it's light. Well, that was a fun. That was neat. That's the speed of this guy. But I don't really want to be doing that. That could be a Y thing. Just this guy. P-A-R-T-Y? Because I gotta. Playing a keyboard like that's what I was doing. Yeah, I'll just give it the whole range. Let's just do the whole thing. That's a neat sound. You know, I don't know what the heck I was gonna do with those drums a second ago. I think I'm just gonna straight up make a drum and bass track. Let's just do that. This just sounds too cool not to do that with. Is Mod X automatically assigned to those paths, or do I have to adjust that in the MIDI controllers? So, Mod X, Y, and Z in Harmor are automatically assigned to these dudes along with a bunch of other knobs, as long as I am in plugin mode for the knobs. While I am, this is X, Y, and Z automatically. But you see how that's happening. That's something I did on myself, which, because it has it's linked right now, so you can see it not doing it. But when it's not linked, when you have something that has Aftertouch and it's not linked to something, you can tell, because when you play a note, you can see the green thing show up on the business there. That means that there's an attachable controller present. And then FL has as a business where you tell it to link or whatever, and then you move the thing that you want it to do. The thing is, a key is also a thing that it can attach to. You don't want to do that. So, what you do is you hold down to the deal. And now it works. So that's this, which this is also, by the way, the custom mode of the pad input, which is something you can change. This is something that you can mess with and turn into other stuff. It might actually even be possible to change this into I'm not going to speculate because it sounds like something I should know, but that's because the system to interact and change this involved it being live in their system, and it was not yet until today, and I haven't looked at it yet. So, but moral of that story is there's also just normal interacting with, like, it's just playing like as if I'm clicking on the keyboard. It's the exact same interface, but for that is just a keyboard. So for most things, if I'm going to do this up here, it's because I want the Aftertouch, and that this menu gets it. And also the chords get it. The chords also output Aftertouch. It's not linked right now, but it does. So does the user one. Basically, and that's like, you, in my opinion, I say this because, again, I don't know like how this is wired or whatever. That's just this thing's separate deal that it's outputting to make that work. Because it works even when like the rest of the stuff doesn't. If it doesn't. All right, I'm going to attach a filter to Y2 because that'll be fun to have that control. Last time I did the depth control with the Aftertouch. This time I'm going to do it with a knob and do something else with the Aftertouch. Oops, I'm on B. Derp. Well, that shouldn't matter. Oh yeah, that is B. That is what B is. Or is it this thing's sub? No, it's B. All right. That's what I wanted. And then, did I do the thing right? Cool. I mean, okay, I haven't even attached the freaking mod wheel to anything yet. If I wanted to, I probably could. But I'm using this hand to play this over here. So the thing to do here is to also link Y. Oh my gosh. Also link Y to the width. So that's kind of weird. This is there not moving when I move it. So I'm going to turn down the volume against Y. So when it's at its highest value, it's less. Not by much. I want it to actually still be here somewhat. It's also reducing the weight of the sub against itself into the distortion, causing that the higher frequencies to kind of come back. But I need that. I want the resync to happen, so I can't get rid of it completely. This is this guy getting. And I'm not even doing. No, I think I kind of do want to do this maneuver on our Mr. Distortion here. So this is actually something a bit counterintuitive. So last time what I showed was I demonstrated that I could, when I do this is saying that the effects are on, because I just turned it. I think I just turned it off doing this first. Like, yeah, here's distortion on, distortion off. So that means that going to this position, this center position, means distortion on. So I just linked this to mod Y. Thing is though, I actually wanted the distortion up there. I just didn't want the distortion when it was right here. That's the bit that sounded ugly. So what I'm going to do is this. Oh my God, Post-its. And so now I'm going to target the distortion being off for only the bad zone. That is macro control. Not available for US pre-orders. Wow. Really? Did they already sell out? Jeez. That's a lot. Or are they just not out yet? Like, is this just the hype building? That's how you do these campaigns, I guess. I think I did this the opposite of what I wanted to do. I think I wanted to do this. No, this is right. No, this is wrong. I need to do this. This is distortion on. But now that I've done that, I do like the clean high end, but I needed this little screamer end right there. Wow, that's hyper specific. It is that area. I guess I wanted to be all the way off, even for the subs. All right, well, I guess we're not doing a reset anymore, but this is giving us kind of fun, like. Am I making a hip hop track from the 1990s? Neuro hip hop. Can kind of force the matter with compression, I suppose. All right, so here's a fun trick to do when you get to this point in a sound like this in Harmor, where you're like, all right, I like the main mod, I like its style, but it feels very center, very alone, not very deep with like extra kind of backgroundy things. and just unlayered. That's what it sounds like. It sounds unlayered. But how do we make it feel like that without actually going the extra 1,000 miles to make layering happening? And that's where blur stuff comes in super handy. So we didn't do anything with the prison this time, which is good. Now, like, you can see how like really intensely sharp all the things look like. Let's look at both modes of what the blur does. We've created a kind of a harmonic reverb. We're now moving the bandpass up and down, and it's taking a while for it to shut up. And that's because essentially every motion now has kind of like a delayed action to it. Thing is, though, is that it still only delays what's happening, and like the attack still moves things when they move. And I can keep blurring it, but it doesn't go as hard as what could be the next mode of what Harmor does, which is, if we can consider this to be a horizontal blur, this is the vertical blur. You see it doing it right there. Like it takes the peaks and it turns them into flatter peaks by spreading out the energy into other harmonics. And you can see it do this. It'll cloud up the harshness into something that's more specifically like less that. And then this is how far up and how far down. So like you saw it spread pretty evenly, like it went up and went down, and that's what those are. How far does it go up? How far does it go down? Anyone else see this thing just skip around on its own? I feel like this thing's been lying to me. Oh, yeah, it's because I'm on B. That's why. There we go. I just kind of reintroduced a little bit of that reasoning. Kind of what I wanted to do there. Now, just like everything else in Harmor, the blur business has a mask. Blur. And what this does is it changes how powerful it is based on a particular area of the spectrum. So kind of what I want to blur around is some things that happen in some of the high ends, but not most of it. I need some articulation on some of the stuff that's going on. But I also just kind of want to blur the low guys so that their activity isn't so fast, so that it doesn't blur up like and cause commotion to the distortion. Let's turn you up. Bam, bam, bam. There it is. You can see it having a shape. And that actually started to have a tone, too, because of the imbalance there. And I dig that. I'm going to randomize it a bit more. Did I already tell the random to be? I did not. Scrolling. Per unison voice. This guy. Ooh, it's a perculum. Gave me $10. What's up, you spoony bard? I'm a spoony bard. For $10, I'm a spoony bard, you guys. Hee hee hee. I forgot to make him legato. There you go. That's kind of what I was going for there. All right. Just wanted to make sure my octaves was right. So I can do what I was just doing with freaking velocity if I felt like it. And I, in fact, do feel like it. I linked the velocity to only the depth and not the width. I gotta do that here too. was actually kind of feels good. All right, that pitch change is fun, but that's a bit much still. So we're going back to just that much. Interesting. I'm just having fun with that. Thanks for the FL tutorials. You're welcome for the FL tutorials. Thanks for watching the FL tutorials. I keep being on B. Keep wondering why the settings aren't doing the things they say they should be doing. Actually, making sure this was legato was a kind of important thing I just did. And changing the speed of legato also made that like... Yeah, that's kind of a fun effect. Didn't think to do that on purpose. Oh yeah, I'm leaving the VOD up. Everything is happening. It's going to stay up online forever. I have no idea when I'm going to stop doing this. This is going to be a hilariously unannotated video. I am going to do a slightly more focused, regular kind of do a thing look on the thing. Now that I know what like my setup is going to have to be to do it. Still doing E minor, right? Yeah. Wow. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put up a more kind of kitty kit here. I have a thought. Okay. What's controlling my XY mod knobs? That's this thing. These are just set that way. This controller has specific plugin based settings for these and also these. So if I pick the plugin version for the knobs, it'll do whatever the auto mapping is for the FL plugins. And the FL's default for Harmer is to have all three of these guys already good to go. And then a bunch of stuff after that, like Plex and whatnot. Yeah, I'm with that all the way on. I will be right back. I must use the bathroom. Time me. And I'm back. Okay. What's controlling the thingy? I already answered that question. Noons and more things. Right, this is gonna be that guy. So all right, let's get us go back and doing the drums now. But now I know what I'm doing because we basically went through it. I wonder if I want to, because I already have that kit going. I might as well go back to that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this as a preset. And I'll have to remap the pressure sensitivity, but that's okay. Call this FL KS bass, because that's what this project is called, FLKS. I set it up for performance to be testing it, but I was mostly just wanting to get this done. Remember this thing back? Make it sound good, Isaac. You know what? Yeah, I want to see just that'll be the best April Fool's. There's the big box. That's just the thing and a knob. It's like this big. It's like That'd be great. Perfect. Oh my gosh. I'd be so into that. All right. Oh look, it is actually swelly and still in position. All right, that's there. That's this. Here's that. You're lower you're supposed to be. And now I'm gonna add me back my Hermer. Get the preset I just saved. Kapow. And here I am again. Rock me like a hurricane. Yep, so that's all in control. Go back to custom. Still E0, but now I gotta do the thing with the thing. I'm gonna do something interesting. I'm gonna do protection. But that should not be how that works. Oh, it's because I destroyed the pitch difference ring. What is this? Oh, I put the phaser on. Oh no, that's what was ruining everything. Ah! Where's my Reese? That's a lot of fun. Yeah, look at this actual honest to God FL iconography. Isn't that special? That's a fun feeling, isn't it? To see it actually just be like, no, this is 4FL. It's actually called Channel Rack. Anyway. Then we got this thing back into business. That's good. What the heck are you? What channel are you on? You're on the drums. That's fine. You can do that. Speaking of which, channel rack up and down, picking up my things. See, I can pick it up this way, or I can pick it up this way. Just pop, pop. It gives you a preview of the sound. If it has something to load on that note. That one doesn't. All right, so now we're doing drum and bass. So 174. Let's go. Let's see if I can do this. Oh my gosh. What the hell? That thing I played last time is still in the scroll log. There it is. Oops. Goodbye. Fruity Loops. They can try. Have I ever done dubstep with the Euro rack? Yeah, it's like the first thing I did. You kind of can't. They can't not. Like, we get into that one day. It's pretty great. Damn it. All right. Yes, it is possible to dim these. Now that you mentioned that, I really should have experimented with that before I set up this lighting setup. You can straight up do that in the settings. It's in there. These are velocity sensitive. Yes, that should be really clear at this point. how much? $199.99, I believe, for this guy. Try that again with tempo. Damn it. I got off. That's why I have two of these, so I can do a crop like that. Yeah. All right. I'm done digging around. I would honestly, to be perfectly honest, most of the time, that's probably not what you're going to be doing. Like, I'm doing that because I feel like it. And that's because I actually am I want to do videos performing it. But if I'm really, really writing something, I'm either going to try and record it or I'm going to try and do that sequencing business. But since we are recording it, and since it always is anyway, let's just use what I was playing. Bam! Oh, did it? Wow, what? Okay. Hey, it recorded that bass performance from the Harmer, too. It only recorded the notes, though. I don't think it recorded any of the event control data. I had to actually be recording for it to do that. This is just a log of the score. This is me pretending I don't know how to write the beat I want to write. I attempted to actually just demonstrate how you would do this with the keyboard if for some reason you could do everything I just did but not write the beat. Let's see, what do we got? Cool. That's the actual one of the pattern. All right. Ooh, what the heck are you? What button was I pressing to play you? And then kabam. Neat. Will this have more keys, like 49 or 61? I'm not sure. Are there? I mean, the bigger keyboards that Novation has are like the SL series that have like built-in control and things. Wow, if they make a bigger version, I want it. There you go. Editing. Almost like how you work a track if you were doing this. Let's play. You could just stop that. What the heck? Oh, wow. Where am I? Here it is. I imagine they would make something if the band was high. Okay, let me tell you something. Like, if this existed at any point in time while I was in the, I have so many keyboards that I would not have gotten if this existed. So that says a lot about it. And it's mostly that it anyway even kind of is aimed at FL in any percentage. Like that, this is the first thing. You know what I mean? They do make a smaller one. There is a smaller one of these. Yeah, so next business. Kapow. Senor bass. All right, just for funishness, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to increase you a bit, and I'm going to do a little bit of phasey nonsense. All right. Oh, I can't do that because I'm using B. Never mind, I was going to do a trick, but can't do it. I can do this, though. That's what I mean about changing volume ahead of distortion to alter tone a bit. All right, let's try a little bit of like playing with it. Of course, I'm a billion dB louder than this drum kit. Let's put you somewhere that's not. Oh wow, I was just in the kick processor this whole time. Okay, that explains a lot. That's a lot of fun. I was actually able to kind of control the Reese's rhythm and actually have it feel like it's part. I was slowing it down. I was doing DJ nudging with a Reese. Oops. Yay, built-in undo. You see me accidentally change presets there? Didn't matter, did it? So to recap, if people are just joining me in here, it's Aftertouch pressure controlling the rate of the Reese effect right now. In fact, I'm gonna go a little harder with it now. Cause like that was, I was expecting that to be harder. I was expecting that like be wildly out of control of that, and I'm a little bit surprised that it immediately became like second nature. That's not normally how these things work for me. Yeah, let's find out. People in the chat are basically mystified at our control here, but then are correctly going, all right, well, how good is it while you're recording it? So let's find out. Gonna go to record, gonna hit in notes and stuff. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, no, I did. Notes automation, that's all I'm doing. So it's already gone, it's already good. I picked down on it, and it's not gonna loop, I don't think. Here comes this. So pretty good. Let's talk about messing with FL's event interface, which I have to do first by figuring out how to get to it. There it is. All right, and then that's not even the thing though. Edit. All right, editing events, which is what this is called, is FL's oldest way of automating things. and everything about it has been changed a lot. And in particular, what I'm looking for is the control that changes this into automation clips, which you can do. And I always blank on how to open the freaking event editor. It's not Alt-E. Did I just delete it? No, it's still there. Nope, that's right. I did this. Oh, I created another one. Cool. It's not. See, if I right click, it'll adjust it. It'll actually create a thing. I know that. I've done that wrong before. Cool. Could have sworn it isn't here because I keep coming up here. Hey, you only use this to automate stuff? I mean, yeah, you can. It's pretty. I guess you can be pretty powerful about it. Oh, is it in here? That could be a thing. Nope. Freaking. Okay. Well, more of the story is that there's definitely a way to record this as a thing. That's this. And here's the thing: if I didn't record this into the same pattern that I did that, and in fact, let's just undo the recording completely. Yeah. All right. New pattern. So if I was explicit about it, what I could do is I could record only the automation into its own thing, and then when I opened it, it would open it up in the window it's supposed to be in. In current project, that's what the hell it is. Okay. Remote control. Oh, yeah. Well, that's this. Initialize controls. Patterns. Effects. Nope. Nope. That's that. But that's the controls there. Patterns. That's this. Okay, it's giving me the delete event control, but I want to. Oh. But well, it's gone. Oh, I know it's not gone. Event viewer in current project. What do you mean event viewer in current project? Genuinely help me. Okay. While that's happening, though, I keep finding these Chord dumps. I keep swearing I delete. Separate channel. Yeah, it's a separate pattern. It does it. But in this case, because I'm going to record the input and the thingy at the same time, I pretty much have to, especially if I'm going to do Aftertouch control. So there's definitely a way to do this. I know there is. Hit record. Pick the dealie. Hit play. Okay, I kind of wanted to do that with the pattern, but whatever, that helps. It's fine, I guess. Where I'm trying to find where the heck, because I know that this could be here, and then there that is. But then there's a way to open this up into its own like dealie. To do the opposite. It went from best FL use to the first day ever. Yeah, basically, I haven't used event edits as a serious way of doing something since FL4. And I sucked at it then too. And then I immediately stopped in FL5 when automation clips came around. I know it's jokes. It's cool. It's comedy is all. Damn it. I know there's a way to do this. And is this the thing? No, this is one of the tools. File. Nope. Target channel control. One of these. Is this you? Target control. Let's try it. No, that's that. Okay, channel control. Zooms. Group selects. Nope. Nope. I find this by accident all the time. I get there. I was like, oh, I didn't need to be here at all. And then I never go there again. And it's like, wait, where'd it go? And I don't know where it is. I swear it's not in tools. It used to just be called edit events. Am I just blind? I might just be blind. I am getting pretty old. Anyway, but oh, maybe you can get it from here. Let's do split by channel. You know something? I haven't done that with this yet. So split by channel. I wanted to see if maybe there was Oh, it doesn't. It's actually, it thinks it's the same channel of data. That's fun. You know what? What happens if I delete this? Cool. This is what I wanted to see. This is the freaking menu I need. And in here somewhere is the freaking thing that says turn into automation clips. Nope. Where is it? Is this it? Nope. Edit. Turn to automation clip. Kapow. Damn. And then it does it. Cool. Right click a knob, edit events in the same menu for creating automation clips. It's in the edit menu. Thank you for showing up, image line. It's in the edit. Which edit menu? I mean, that option is here that I just got there. Uh-oh, I can't see the. Oops, this showed up on a different monitor. That's why that happened just now. Cool. That's that. All right. I guess somewhat of an unnecessary shortcut would be to get yourself another channel, record both your things, take the MIDI out, and then when you go into that again, it'll open up that window as a special thing. So again, let's do that deal. All right, get me notes in this, give me my countdown, turn on the metronome, and in new pattern that's empty. Yeah. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do make unique, obliterate you, and now kapow. Turn to automation clip. So this gives us sensitivity. It lets us change like how deep the dots are. And like to be honest, I don't need a lot of dots. Like this is basically still the same shape. And the whole point is that I'm going to adjust it. Yeah. So that edit event information is still going to be in that pattern. So for the most part, I just like ditch. And then kapow. Kind of like that little at the end there. Get me my step editing. Where are you at? Dude, where is you at? There you are. Ah, Shroom Head has showed up. Do you have one of these? Do you have the mini? I kind of want this to go up a little bit. Hell yes, doing it right. Like I'm into this. Hold on, let me create my sidechain universe. Actually, no, I lied. I don't even need to do this. So here's a trick I do in some modern drum processing. I have a peak controller here coming into the drum track before this reverb setting. This is not doing much at the moment. But what's special about it is that like it's using the unaffected audio to be the sidechain essentially. And I'm kind of been a fan of using the whole kit as sidechain lately, because almost always all of it needs to be what it's doing anyway. I have for people who, so I do streams like this where I have like a camera looking at stuff a lot, and sometimes I'll forget that I've overlaid the thing on the monitor, and I'll just be doing stuff in the UI behind it. You can't see it. To make sure I don't do that, I have post-it notes on my monitor, so I can't see it either. So there's just a big, huge thing on my screen, like just in front of everything, and it's kind of getting to me a little. I think I need to invert it. I think I did it. Yeah, I need to invert it. Woo! And first half it. First half. Oops, forgot to invert. 1 minus. 1 minus does not equal. Just 1 minus. Shit. Fuck. There it is. Had the -1 on both ends of the equation. Alrighty. Wow, that was the most algebra I've ever used in my life. So right now, like this is not controlling anything in regards to the way the sidechain feels. This is. I also have this operating on this, but I'm doing the opposite of what I normally do. Normally, how this works is I sidechain it down like this. The louder it is, the lower this gets. The logic I had on this matter is that what I wanted was for the loud stuff to be compressed at a higher speed, which makes sense if you're doing lots of distorted stuff. But what I'm doing now is that now this is going up. So now it's actually really fast at the really low level stuff. So it's like a complete inverse relationship between artifacts and volume. It's the jankier it is, the quieter it is, as like an end situation. I didn't really expect that to work either, but it did. Heck yeah. All right, let's do a topper. Let's do something kind of on top of this. And I'm feeling chords and arps, so that's what's happening. Do. Somewhere else out here. You're gonna have to go on the side chain too. Womp womp. Oh, this is reminding me of what it was like to use a monitor that was less than 1080p with Hammer. All right, so this whole time we've been using this custom bit that's got the Aftertouch. Got the touch! The after! And this time, though, we're gonna go to scale chord, use a chord, scale chord. That also has velocity control, but I'm not going to use it to do volume. I'm going to use that for some other thing. And we're going to use Aftertouch. Aftertouch. I'm going to put it on Z, because I didn't tend to use it too much. Yeah. So let's see. Let's do some. How does the keyboard feel like? Perfect. I love this thing. Like I genuinely, it's the kind of thing that the keyboard needs to do synthy kind of future stuff. And like that seems like a weird thing to say, but like we're comparing it to basically pianos. Like this is what's called a synth action keyboard. It's not weighted, it's completely springy, and it's designed to let you do things like this. Like auto arping crap. Kind of thing you can do because these things they're very fast. And this is just great. Like the pads are like this the show stealer, genuinely, in just almost all contexts. Of course, I always like launch pads. Like damn, Novation was my favorite for a long time. Push back here. Pop. Not weighted, yeah. The 88 key Pro I mentioned that I had, the M-Audio key station is weighted, and it literally is heavy. Like those things are heavy ass things. They are tables. They are furniture. This thing's nice. I guess I want to put a velocity on this. No, what I want to do is do the ARP thing. You know, I think I do actually want to do user chord in this one. Now I think about it, because I have to make it match this business. So you get rid of chords by holding this thing down and go pow 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 pow. And you pick a chord and do your jam. So probably lots of like. Wonder if I can. Nah, that. Oh, damn. I really thought I would hold the chord, like while I was holding it, to hold it to keep holding it. Nope. All right, so I have to. Let's see. You. Did I miss? Only go. Nope, that's the chord. All right, cool. A little too bluesy for what I wanted. I want. Okay, we're gonna. I wonder if it'll actually keep. I'm not telling it to do that, so I guess it won't. At least I hope it won't. All right, so the plan here is that I could like use pressure to do like swells and stuff, like for in backgroundy kind of nonsense. Anyone ever played Descent? Been playing a lot of Descent lately. Yeah, so, excuse me, scale mode lets you stay in whatever scale you want to pick, and you definitely can pick scales. Honestly, don't mess too much with that. That's a keyboard thing. And what I mean by that is that there's some features that this keyboard has that are pretty much just like generic keyboard stuff that like they got in there. And this sort of scale chording thing on here is one of those. And it's the thing that you can that's like completely independent of FL's control, and it's just an output thing that FL is just taking. And the way that you can make it, so that you can basically cheat and like it'll only stay in the scale that you're playing. And there's also a fixed chord option where you could do a global fixed chord, and every time you play a note, it'll play that whole chord. That's what that does. There's also the straight up note repeat where it'll basically do kind of arpeggiation based stuff with rates and controls, that kind of thing over here. But I get to do that kind of thing inside FL, which is how I know it's one of those kind of generic keyboard things, because there was already a key limiter option for recording and playing things inside FL already, and if that wanted to be integrated, it could have been. I was like doing that manually. All right, back to. Nice. Okay, new plan. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get one of Yeah, all right. So let's get us on the delay here. Not you, but close. I didn't need to do that. There it is. Neat. Which one do you use? X or Z doing it now? Same thing with this guy. I'm gonna do that. The rise in difference with pressure. Wow, it's actually kind of piercing. Let's go back down a bit, huh? All right, that guy, that control is gonna get halved. This could be straight up first half. I'm gonna do our EQ a favor and does not generate stuff below a certain frequency. I'm so flabbergasted by how much control I have over that. You can hear it. Like it's very fine. It's extremely fine. It's the finest Aftertouch I've played on something. Yet. What am I here for? Reverb. Maxasimus. Look how much control I just had over the depth. Like, I can't do that with a fader. Aftertouch is not super new, like when it comes to controllers, and like you could tell when a controller has, like a keyboard sometimes have Aftertouch, and it's kind of it's more janky than you might imagine. Like the key step has Arturia's key step, and you can tell that there's just a button beneath the keyboard, and you hit it, and it's like, hey, cool, it knows, and you could tell there's like a range, and like it's usable. It's not bad, especially for when you're doing individual notes and things. But like this is. That's a lot of control to have out of one hand. I should really be able to hear that. Excuse me. Well, it can make it more deliberate, I guess. All right, even easier option. Yeah, we're gonna make a pluck out of you. Actually, why don't I just do the easy thing and use the plug option? That sounds really cool. All right, this is getting articulation on Plutch. On Plutch. You don't need to go lower than the freaking. Neat. So we're just doing. This is all just voice. I haven't even tried to do most of the unison yet. Here's a trick I like to do if I have gotten this far with the sound that I'm doing multi-voice layering just for fun, where I've made the thing that I want to do, and I'm like, I want to do craziness to it. Because I have two extra voices to use, what I will do is I'll do my unison index mapping business, but I won't try to be balanced about it. I'll just put on a bunch of voices and have it go straight. And you can hear how wildly off base that is and imbalanced because like high frequencies and low frequencies are separated by panning. It's a fun effect, but if you're trying to be silent on something, that's not helpful. So what I do instead is I murder it and I copy the whole part. And because our randomness is different per unison voice, which also is different per part, if I set one of them to be panned complete left and complete right, they essentially are as though they are instruments that are the kind of inhumanly different every time you play each note. While being balanced and also massive. Of course, while you're doing this, you want to make sure you have part leaking on. This guy's getting a pressure control too. It's going to be a weird map. Yeah, so I want first half on this. Ooh, it has like a voice. You guys, I made like a dog from Zelda. Play the summon dog song. Triangle up and down. A little bit of balance there. It shouldn't have been. What did I accidentally move without changing on both of these? Oh wait, this guy isn't connected. Ah, that's what happened. Okay, derp. I have to connect them both. I already knew this. It's not gonna end. All right. I pretty much never have this thing on remove conflicts, but I'm always worried that I do. Because sometimes it, oof. That's a lot of fun. Mystery bells. You know, I just figured out why this isn't as sharp as I want it to be. Oh wait, no. No, that should. Oh yeah. Nope. No, not even. Why? Like this is such a harsh hit. Like it should really. Oh, that's because I didn't. I mean, I did this too. That's kind of sharp. I guess I could make this a less intense deal too. Like I'll sort of the other way around. Like the low end doesn't really need it. Huh? Oh, because it's plugging to this position and this is changing the position and that's making it. And I'm not sure if that's supposed to be how this works. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So does that. Yep. And okay, I made it too sharp this time. Oh, I needed this particulator. That's a fun split to do left and right. This and that on the... Oh, that's kind of hurting me a little. Oh boy. I actually kind of like that kind of classic-y, like enigmatic vibe. That is neat. Now let's get a little spread here and then work with. Put some like extra effects on here and control that with some of the custom knobs and get some of that going. I might do that too. Like I just gotta work some more with the event edit pipeline, and I'll be more familiar with how like I have a cause to sort of now. Like I mostly just kind of why I got that good automation in the first place. I didn't have something like this. Yeah. All right. New pattern. Kapow. So yeah, let's just pretend like that's what that's gonna be like. Put you on notes and whatnot. Count down. I don't need a metronome. All right. You do it. I did it. Hee 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 hee. Okay. Okay. Not that edit menu. This menu? No. This is me once again trying to get to the edit events menu. I can just put this chord in a different freaking pattern again. Like that's not that big a deal. Just be like nah, and then yeah, and then kabah. Kabam. That looks like one of those peak red maps on Maximus when it does its job. And then bit of an odd pipeline, but whatever. Get back in there. That's kind of fun. And it's kind of fun. I just keep saying that because like I feel like this is the exact fun that people had making these kinds of tracks so long ago, back when having control over the thing was all that there was to do. But then the things that you had to have control over this with were just so expensive that it wasn't really a prospect a reasonable person could consider. Does Seamless usually do different sounds for a song in different projects? Yeah, pretty much. I have like a fatal desire to basically make everything from scratch all the time. That's how I roll. Except for when I really like explicitly wanted to mess with like, oh, let's actually use a flex. And this is actually not a bad time for one. It's like finding some kind of like on toppy thing to put onto this. Where's my sidechain? Let's poke around Flex for a second, shall we? Let's get our plugin in here so we got automatic control of all of the macros mapped to all of the knobs for every preset, no matter what. Let's just for fun go to Shroomhead's Jump Up repertoire back. As you can see, I've already favorited a bunch of these because I like some of these sounds. They are nice. This one in particular, I remember it being neat. Heck yeah. Do some sub focus. That was a saw wave F having a square wave that made that sound. Or it was square wave oscillator sync, but you could do that with FM. I enjoy the velocity sensitivity of the sounds that have them. I wanted to be Dirty Phonics. It's just a neat sound. It's not very guitar, like for real guitar, but it has like the guitar's leady texture to it. Ooh, this is another one I liked. Actually, now you got like a progression coming. You probably don't want to do this every time. You do up one, and next time you don't go up at all. Oh. the thing. There it is. I like that, like, stabby. Oh, it's a chord. It could be a chord. Ooh. Okay. All right, what kind of adjustments can we get out of this? Yeah, fifth. Nice. Just put in my order for the FL Key Mini. Hell yeah. Happy to hear it. What else we got in here? Ginormous Reese. That sounds promising. Don't want to do more basses though. I need some toppy elements. Well, you know, let's use the tags. Let's go la lead, huh? Let's just do this. Yes, sure. Okay, fine. Nice. All right. Sure. Neat. Sure. Cool. Nah. Yeah. All right. Let's see what anyone got. Let's go to my favorites folder. I know it's everyone. Nobody. Oh yeah, it's giving me sounds. I was trying to make it like only show me those and those tags, but it was showing me sounds that only had all of those tags. That's why I need to hit the any button, which is what that's for. Try that again. Bell, brass, these pads, SFX, sure, leads, yeah. All right. I'm gonna get crazy with the guitar. Where did that go? That's that quiet. Now, if I turn down, I should probably be mastering this at some point. Ooh, it's giving me like actual Prodigy vibes. And in Northern Ireland and Wales, there was a and in Northern Ireland and Wales, there was this points to anyone who knows what I'm quoting. Hello. That's some Half-Life in right there. That's just haunting. I like this guy. I'm thinking I'm gonna kind of one of those in the ends. Like, I don't want to play them that low, I guess. I like that. That's like the magic didgeridoo. That's what that sounds like. So let's talk about Flex, if people are unfamiliar with it. Nexus is a particularly famous version of what this is, but like Nexus is a very, very particular kind of that. And it's the word that gets tossed around when it's used is called a rompler. It's to try and evoke thoughts of a sampler, but instead of getting crazy with the samples and having control over it, you really only could play it back. Like it's a read-only thing. And that's still sort of true here, except like I've not seen the developer side of Nexus before. I have seen the developer side of Flex before. I have no idea how Flex or how freaking Nexus works, but I guess I'm not actually really allowed to tell you what like Flex has going on in the background. But the moral of the story is that it's kind of got whatever the designers wanted to have. It can do enough of everything in enough directions that it can do just whatever you need to do. And Nexus, I imagine, is like that now. Back in the day, though, it was mostly just a really extremely complicated sample player. Kind of like Contact. It's basically Contact, really special Contact. So let's play this. That's cool. Gotta go at it kind of hard though. In the comments, people are talking. So Magic Black Box, more or less to the user side, this is a Magic Black Box. This is the amount of control you've got or what's going on, and that's it. The designers got a lot more than that, clearly. It is also free. Yes. Why is it called Flex? Because it's flexes, like Nexus, Flex, FLX, Flex. They like doing that with their name. Oh yeah, and for those joining us, you missed a bit where a second ago I did that. I did most of the drum work with actually trying to play it for real. That's why it sounds so dry and stupid, because this is the sort of kit you have to have in order to be able to hear that you're even playing it while you're playing it. If you're going to sequence a normal drum and bass beat, chances are you're going to be more effective doing it, just sequencing it directly. But to demonstrate that you can actually have the FPC played, controlled, and recorded straight up, I just made this kit to go. Plus, drumming is just so much fun with these pads. It's so good. It's really hard for me to do it in time enough to be that artistic about it. I just gotta practice more, which I will do, because now I have this. It'll be cool. Oh yeah, I was doing the thing with the thing. Look at me not touch the computer to navigate. Holy shit, it brought up the UI when I moved it. Oh, that's the... I didn't even ask it to do that. I didn't even think it would do that. I am very happy it did. I picked the thing, I moved the knob, and it brought it to the front. I wonder if it has to do that. I wonder if that, like, is the way that the script works to make it work. That, like, it has to have the thing on front for it to work. And 7 mode is kind of nice. I'll do happy sounding. There you go. Enigmatic freaking inversion. Ooh, it's got like evolutions in there. You hear that? The fruity free filter is still on FL. It is if you tell it to be. I'm not sure if it's just straight up here unless you do, and I have not. I didn't even use that thing when it was new. Yeah, it does. I guess they had to like... So many strange things that they must have done. to make this work. That was fun and happy. What's up, Shroomhead? We're trolling through your pack. At least we did a second ago. We were looking through your jump ups to find a leady thing, and then we came out here to look at all the things at once. That just sounds delightful. Straight up chord buttons. Check it out, it's a chord. What's a good stand for a controller this size? Let's see, a stand. A stand. I have a folding stand that I've had my whole life. Literally my whole life. It's so old. But it's fine. It's the terrible design. It crushes my hands, but like newer stands don't do that, but they'll be just as fine forever. What was I gonna do with this? Oh yeah, record a thing. Find a new pattern. Then got stuff inside it. Gonna record a thing. It didn't like delay when I was doing that. Like it didn't wait until it showed up to move it. So like it. This is reminding me a lot of how much fun it is to have just a keyboard in front and go, ah, it sounds. You do come up with very different things doing it like this than you do writing things like with the mouse. That's a constant, I think. Whoever made this patch did a good job. Wise Labs. Of course he did. Oh, wow. I like having the phaser knob right here because then I can like one hand it, like do both at once, because that's like the two controls I'd want to move right there for this particular sound. Put you down, put you there. Let's get you here. We're in the song mode. Record. All right. A little too hard on it, maybe. These knobs are fantastic, by the way. Like how harsh they are. Like there's a nice like resistance to their motion. They feel like very large, very heavy knobs, even though they're not. They're definitely not. They also have a nice like kind of finish to them. They're not glossy, harsh plastic. They're a nice kind of like. I only know like audio words to use the material. What the heck just faded me out of material? But yes. Underlooked, underrated plugin in FL. I mean, someone mentioned Harmor, but like if we're talking about overlooking Harmor, at that point you're just overlooking FL as a thing, like as a whole. So, probably Citrus itself. Like it's just kind of old, and it's not immediately assumed that it has the powers it has. Sometimes I forget it does. Do 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 do. Gonna make you be more sensitive than that. Damn. Okay, don't. Oh, you weren't showing me that. That's strange. Okay. Oh, I have to do that for all three controls. Yep. Okay. That's interesting. I think they would actually let me do that. I was moving more than one knob. So this is what happens when you move more than one knob. Yeah. Kabang. This is starting to sound like a thing, like on purpose. This guy didn't want to be as loud, so velocity adjustment. All right, best thing about Flex, it's a crazy sampler, ultimate ultra weapon that can use slide notes. Like, that's anything that can get like the non-standard FL things, like FL stuff. I don't mean just like, because like using a slide note inside Harmor and Citrus, I've been using that and doing that forever. And the first thing you want to do when you get like freaking Contact or something is to use a slide note on it. And you can do it in Patcher, you can do it on whatever, but it doesn't work for third-party stuff. And honestly, big ass super flex packs using slide notes is as close to that reality as we've ever gotten. Is that a low? That's the lowest. It doesn't respond to velocity? Maybe it does. That's kind of neat. Woo! Mentioning of Ogun in the chat. Yeah, you know what? I want to. Okay, that's an incredible question. Where is Ogun? I want to see if this thing has a scripting setup for it. Oh, I want to see if it has scripting setup for the voltage controller. Holy crap! Where the heck is Ogun? There's Autogun. What does the UI look like? I haven't used it in 1,000 years. Here it looks like the slicer. Okay. All right. So if you're unfamiliar with what Ogun is, it's kind of like Harmor, but it's designed to do the Harmor job for inharmonic stuff a lot more clearly. But not quite the like extreme motion fidelity that Harmor does. It basically does it to just like a moment, and it could do a pretty good job. That sounds any kind of realistic is actually an incredibly monumental achievement for like additive based synthesizers and stuff like that. I've only like kind of touched the surface I get in Harmor to sound like this after doing a lot of incredibly on purpose things. This just kind of starts this way, and you can throw samples in it and it figures them out, so that's nice. But let's see what the mods do. XY, that's good. The timbre of the attacks and decays, that's kind of nice, just directly. And the unison controls, but without. Wow, and the low EQ is the last knob, but the number of the voicing isn't. But the pitch difference is. That's a deal. That's interesting. But I thought of something. Oh yeah, I wanted to see the freaking voltage controller. I am going to leave it off. I like that they show you this before they deal with that. Like, freaking read this. Don't use this plugin if you don't know what it's for. Just don't. I agree with this message, but like when I turn this on, what it's going to do is it's going to put out a DC offset that if I just put out in the audio will apply itself to my speakers. You know how speakers oscillate in and out, like up and down, up and down? DC offset does not oscillate. It'll just go and leave it there. And then damage your speakers when it attempts to oscillate at that position all the time. It's not a great thing to do. Also, it clicks super hard going up and down, so don't. But oh, damn, nothing. Not a single thing. Damn it. Okay. It's a bit of a, eccentric plugin. What about Morphine? That's a good question. Morphine is another one of those, is another additive synthesizer engine. This one, though, is a lot more, it's based to work like Camel Alchemy did, which was noise and granular based. This, I don't think, is completely like that, but it is a lot more like that than Harmor is. And it's also a lot more like, it's not helping you at all. It doesn't give you any of the ways that like Harmor tells you that like how filters and things are built out of additive synthesis. It basically expects you to know how to do it. Ooh, it has controls. ADSR, nice. Reverb. Wow, that is a reach if your freaking macro controls have to go to a built-in effect. Wow. Panning, and drive. Special. I was never a big fan of morphine. Slice X. It's excellent on Slice X. We looked at it earlier, but look at it again because I'm looking tired of it. So on top of having built, like, you know, it has XY control on it or whatever, it also has instrument specific use for it. So if I go and I get something, ka-pa-pa. I'm pretty sure this is the beginning, yeah. I actually have to play it faster. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. One of the four. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, you can, you know. There's that, and then there's also just the basic controls, which control things from here. Have a couple of kind of doers there. Noted. Talk to Novation FL Key controller. Yeah, and you know, performance mode stuff. I guess unless that's something that the components can turn this window into that I just haven't checked yet because it wasn't live in components when I was testing this. It decides those automatically to the pads. Yep, and then it has all those knob controls. What other have I not tried? What have I not? Oh, the granulizer. I wanted to see what that does. I bet you it's just got the main controls and out like that. That's a lot. That's like everything you need to use this plugin. This is a plugin that I probably, like, except for the part where I animate these, which I could do manually on that. Wow. That's something. I might have to mess with that now. And then these, yeah, the effects. Wow. And the start time, that's handy. The hold command. That's special. I would have put the loop on there. The randomizer, yeah. What are you? Panning. This is a pretty powerful effect to put on there. What are you? Okay, you're just the four main guys. Yeah, that's cool. What does this have? Oh, this is this. So, okay, like this is just, you know, the input the way that this is, but you can change this to be key to percentage, like a step through. So it'll be like the Slice X in that regard. But I actually do want now, because I've noticed that this is a thing that you can do, I have to play this. I haven't, like, played the granulizer on a keyboard before. I mean, I have, but not while having a sufficient control over the automations that wasn't just like something serious. Let's grab something from the Seamless folder. Woo! Right. I feel like Amon Tobin right now. Who here remembers that video of him doing this stuff? Ooh, the envelope controller, that's a thought. Let's see what the keyboard controller's mapping is. I don't even use the keyboard controller in real life, like for most reasons. Just because the freaking envelope controller does most of the job. Let's just see what the freaking... Okay, alright. Handy. It has any control. I was kind of expecting it not to. It's only got the top, those two. That's it. Like, that's more thought than I expected to be paid to that. I assume X and Y, cool. Bass control. Oh, does that do that for the individual? Oh no, just the one, just the front one. Oh, that does it. Oh, no. What is this controlling? Attack time scale. Holy crap, that's a lot. Okay, so like full on for just one instance, because it doesn't control, but just for the one, basically ADSR control. You can just map an ADSR with this control. As long as the tension is fine. And then, like, I mean, hell, even beyond that, just having the XY control, that's a lot. That's neat. Haha. Z game editor. I would be, well, it hasn't showed any effect on things in the effects yet, although I haven't like looked. Basically everything I've done so far has controlled whatever it is I'm in control of in the in here, and then I get highlighting it every time I come to it, so I assume that's a thing. Just for fun, let's see. I had Maximus open before. Nope, still messing with the granulizer. Having like control over that is like live is interesting. It's more than I'm typically used to. Give me something a little more. Do I have any more? I guess some of you guys. Ooh, Transformer sounds. No idea why that sounds like that. Ooh, Dooney. That sounds kind of Dooney. Any use for third-party plugins? You know something? I have not actually opened up one yet, so let's find out. I do not think the automatic mappings do, but it doesn't matter because they do. I mean, oops, I just hit the settings. So when you hit the settings, it actually uses these to do settings controls. But come up here, and also up here, I just have free floating elements. So now I come up here, do that. Last tweak, delete the controller, kapow, boom. Now I've got a serum with a macro up on. And that's just like a controller would always have done that if this is just a generic MIDI controller. Same thing if I wanted the macro to be connected to Aftertouch. Woo, look at it flip out. Ha 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 ha. Do a bunch of drum sounds on a channel rack. Like to see if they automatically assign to the pads of the FPC. Heck yeah, they do. Let's go back to it. I love going back to that. I will never not go back to that. Doot 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 doot. Ta-da! Oh yeah, let's actually check what this is mapped to. This is pad. I wonder if it's per pad. Oh my god, it's not. It's pad. Which pad is it changing? Not pad. It is pad 1. Wow. So it's pad 1 tune, pad 2 tune. Are they all tuning? They are all tuning. All of these knobs are the tune of the pad. Of 8 of them, of the first 8. Thank you, Spock's Friday Nights. I'm sorry I haven't been around as much as I should have been, and I'm sorry, because I miss y'all, and I'm sure people miss the things I have made, and I want to put them out some more. But also because I've basically been, like, sliding my life into stupid places. And I'd like to stop being in stupid places. Anyway. Oops. This is the one I changed the pitch of. That's funny. So this is the pitches of these dudes. Oh, now we're back here. This is my RP dude. Okay, so Shrimphead is saying fun things about the pot controls where like you move the thing, and a lot of the times if I switch to another thingy, move it, and then go back, if I move the thing, it won't move the parameter until I get to the thing. But as you see, it just did that. I do have the setting on in here, I know that it does, but that setting in here seems to only apply to the dead MIDI stuff, to not scripted knob business. Like when like the custom mappings up here. But for that kind of thing, it does it. It does it there. Oh no, Fruity Dance. Someone has made an incredibly good question. And now we're going to look. But that's an effect. I don't think they have anything with effects. Unless there's like is there a generator version of Fruity Dance? Is that's because I could have sworn it was mostly audio. Where even is it? Do I not have it engaged? Where the heck is it? It's not there. What the heck? It's a generator. Okay. Well, good. Awesome. It's right the hell there. The goddamn it. Where even is it? Ah! Okay. Oh, I was about to ask you if you guys could see that because I could see it in the video playback of OBS when no, I couldn't. It was just on top of OBS. See when I play keys, and that's the deal. All right. Okay, we're on instrument control right now, right? And plugin control. Okay, what does this do? It's not mapped. It's not mapped. No. Aww. I mean, this is mapped to what seems like the thingies, but yeah. Thingy. Wee. Fruity Dance. Okay. Everything I can to see what I'm doing. What? I genuinely thought that wasn't going to work because they weren't connected. It works even if it's not connected? Dude. How many years? Oh yeah, it works with 3XOSC. It works so well with 3XOSC that you basically can use the plugin without touching the computer. I've done it already. I'm gonna do it again because it's just so cool. Like this, you get the plugin. This is just playing the thing here. You could, you know, pick chords. It'd be probably more fun. And then up here is the controls you get, and it's just all the waveform selections for everything, the pitches for everything. And then it controls after that freaking filter controls and filter selection. That's like, damn. How did I do that thing when there? Yeah, so we have scale chords, which, like, the way that the default chord systems work is that it has rows. See the colors change. So up here is triads. Except I destroyed the pitches for it, so it's a little busted. Let's put the pitches back in pitch land. So triads, and then this is what is it? Yeah, sevenths, and then ninths, and then sixths and ninths. That's like, if I'm gonna do some kind of basics, this is like get some saws and some stuff, I'm gonna use 3x OSC more. Like, I used to kind of a lot until, like the only thing that gets in the way of its workflow about how simple it is when you only need something that simple is just how, I mean, how weird it is. It's 3x oscillator. It's old as hell. I haven't looked at Citrus in a bit. Let's see what its controls are. Now that I mentioned this, I know that it's just got, like, you know, a macro, and it's got the macro controls there, but let's see what the other controls. Oh yeah, one of them is freaking unison control. I remember that. Yeah, XY. And then the ADSR, like, just the decays for the filter and the volume, which I guess is something. And then the unison selection for the top. That's just cool for just like live variations and playability. Like, having that as a direct control plus this. I really wish this was phase. This should be phase. I mean, I can get behind the idea that literally everyone else but me cares more about this as a thing, but phase, come on, before LFO especially if this is gonna be, we can have this in there. That's huge. That's awesome. 3x oscillator is clearly the future. I can't wait until, like, I'm 60 and kids are like idealizing like the weird software from now, like the way that we did when we were idealizing hardware from the 80s and shit. And it's gonna be like, oh yeah, we're going back to like using only like the most basics, and we're just gonna stare at them and be like, well, yeah, if you really wanna, which is what all the adults told us when we wanted to mess with their hardware. Someone asked a pretty good question. What is the advantage of using a piece of hardware like this? Well, honestly, yeah, the automatic mappings are a pretty huge bonus. That is ridiculous. Like, this is something that FL's not really had much of. The last previous most effective piece of gear that was the Akai Fire, and even that didn't go this far. Like, that's an excellent piece of gear that I'm going to use alongside this thing, definitely. But this is just so much more finely attached to FL than literally any other controller that exists fully. So it's not even that much of an option for you. If you want a keyboard that's just kind of integrated and you play FL stuff, you want it. White keys always sound good if you pretend you're playing jazz. That didn't save this. Oh, because I tried. It's funny. This is the beta, and it has an anti-screenshot mechanism, and these make the thumbnails by making screenshots. So it didn't take. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Let's look at Sakura. All right. So first, remember we have our preset control. At least we did. What happened? Am I not selecting you? Holy crap! The preset control. Does the preset control not work in Max plugins? That's funny. Ancient and hilarious. I think the preset controls don't work in Max plugins. Holy crap. Did it work in Morphine? I didn't even try. Nope. What else? Freaking drum backs. I honestly, I wanted something like that really hard back in the day, but nope. None of the Max plugins work for the preset architecture. That's something. But let's go back to that thing there. What was I trying to do before I realized that happened? Oh yeah, Sakura. I wanted to see what integration it had. We have our full ADSR, entire ADSR devotion here. That's kind of neat. That's actually that's not bad direct control for this thing, for what it is. Yeah, I still got to set some stuff, but that's nice. That's nice control. Why do I have so little plugins? Because I don't need them. I strive to have basically a lean list of stuff. I have more things than are in here because I recently had to uninstall, reinstall, reformat, and kill and set up and redo everything I had because I suffered a compromised account on my Discord. It wasn't great. That was a bad time. But I don't have a lot of my third-party stuff installed. There's a lot of crap in here that's not showing up in the list, like all the iWish and Manipulator, and here's Contact in there, and I do have Massive and FM8 and all that stuff. I just haven't used them in years, so they're not on this list. For the most part, though, I try to know how to do that. That's like why I have Serum, because there's not a lot of things that are a direct replacement for Serum, and almost nothing in FL. Phase Plan as well, very specific plugin that's kind of rad, and that also doesn't have a lot of direct replacements. But most other things can be just replaced with technique. How well do you know FM? How well do you know additive? Browse the presets with keyboard. Yeah, so in plugins that support it, like, you know, let's go get another like Flex. Dig a Flex. Let's go to Senor Shroomhead's Floor Shakers. Straight up, wow, I went to the bottom. That's a thought. But yeah, you know. And with Flex, again, all these macros are mapped to the main actual macros every single time. All the ones. Even though I have more than one of these open, they only control the one that I have selected. Max 4FL. Oh boy, Max MSP, I believe you're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. We said when we're talking about Max plugins, we're talking MAXX. It's a guy. He makes specific plugin types. FL had a programming like licensed one once, and then it became Flowstone, and now it's not here anymore. That's so funky. I like how funky that is. Is that meant to be played this high? Wonk. Woo! The navigation mode. Where did I see that? Is that in the settings? Oh, it's this. This is pad mode, navigation mode. This is arrow keys. So what this does is it lets you actually straight up. Yeah, so I hit this button. That's what this is. This is 3 dots. And I think this is just a go button. Yeah, that's the go button. So this is so you don't have to like suffer through the loading of everything every time. That's that there. So like now I can be like, oh, that one. And this works beyond plugins too. Like if I'm not in the interface and I use the arrow keys, it works inside, you know, your actual deal. And this is enter button, so it's doing what the enter button does, which maximizes and minimizes windows when you're on them. What actually would be pretty neat is if alongside this there was just tab and shift tab, so you cycle forward, cycle backward through windows, because then you'd be like no, shift tab only doesn't shift tab doesn't work after 3. Look at it. Oh, it's just when it gets to these windows. These windows are stopping shift. Oh, because the shift and tabs are doing things in here. That's why it's capturing the input. Okay. See when they're not in there, and then I can go on in every both directions. Yeah, that makes sense. F12 closes everything all together, and then you can't do anything. That probably would be a good way to like. Oh hey, wow. If you keep going, if you go up far enough, it's navigating. It could navigate between. Okay, so that's cool for like when I'm using 3x oscillator and I want to go mess with the filter. I don't have to actually use the mouse to go look at it. Anything for performance mode, not as far as I'm aware, which is not very far. I've only had this thing for a few weeks, or not even that long. It just came out like today. It had an embargo. That's why I'm doing a live stream for this. I figure that's a pretty good way to get some traffic. Yeah, what am I trying to do right now? Oh yeah, I had this going on. And like stop for some reason. There you go. I had to re-navigate back. Ha ha ha. See right now I'm hitting whole packs. Look, it's the monsters. It's where I live. Which one was Crow Wave? That one. Did it save it the way I saved it? Nope. So here's the tail of my Flex pack. This guy right here. These are all free, by the way. You go with the free, you just download them all. But there's a lot of ones that aren't, I think. Are there any not free packs? They're all pretty good. Can I map the tab keys? Like, can I map the tab keys? Can I actually straight up map keys onto this? That'd be dope as hell. I don't think so. Jesus. If it can, that'd be the best in the universe. If I could just save key commands, that should be a feature. That should be a feature on everything that dares call itself a controller from now until the end of time. We literally have this here as a function. If I can do that and do that, I should be able to come in here, go to the navigation page, and do the same thing. Like, go to the navigation page, hold the thing, do a key command, and have it show up there. I have no idea how the communication will work to feed it keyboard information from their system. Figure it out. That should be awesome. Try a components editor. You know, let's do that. I want to see if it'll do it. I downloaded the standalone one. It has a web app that it tries to do, but yeah. So bam. Downloading update. Okay. Well, while that's happening, let's go back to the drum kit, let's go navigate the channel back, because I don't remember. Look how much crap I have now. This is the one, that's the drum. It's telling me the name of the thing when I put on it. So I know that's the drums because it's called empty. And then I can go back to instrument, and there it is. Hello from Colombia, says Paula. SPTIA. Wow, I actually have the monitor kind of far away from my head, and my glasses prescription is actually pretty new, but Jesus, I need to fix something about that needs to get fixed. Is the screen OLED? This screen? No, not even a little. It's still downloading the update. There's no way the update could have been that big. It's just busted. Well, I mean, it doesn't even show up on the list. Like, you see here, there's no like FL key on the list. So that, I imagine that's the update that it is trying to install. Display scaling. Yep. So, like, let's talk about drumming technique for a second, like, just because this is here. Long time ago, when launchpads were new, the coolest thing I had ever seen anyone do after Maddie did the Pop Culture remix was M4 doing the Weapon mashup. And you saw a technique form from using a launchpad to do drums. And the way that his business worked was that he liked to use the corner of it to like hit a lot of the types of drums, because you're doing a lot of poof, baf business. And there's a lot, I could do that. There's also just the MPC style, which is just to stay well in there, which is what the FPC is originally straight up set up to do. Like, all of the kits are set up MPC order. That's what that is. And then there's what I'm doing, which is basically home rowing it. Like, I'm sitting here in front of this like I'm typing, and I designed where I've put the things based on my hand presence there. So, like, I have this hat here, and I have this kick here. Like, here we go, home rowing it, this business. So I really want to be hatting it by hitting it this here and here. And then if I do crazy fills and things, I can like stay around here. But my hands are kind of, we're doing it like this, like doing sort of home rowy shaped deal. Like this is here and not here symmetrically, because I'm not trying to be symmetrical about it. I'm usually only using this as like a filler in for a thing. Same thing with this guy over here. Baff. Yeah. The boof and the baff on the time. Technical as fuck. Yeah, the metal. Yeah, it'd be kind of funny. I've never really seen anyone like do metal finger drumming and performance like with an actual metal sound before, and that might be something I try to pull off. Oh yeah, so the story with the pack, these guys. So the story of the pack is I made this pack and I didn't really understand what Image Line was looking for. And to that end, they attempted to help and fix the pack towards their goal by putting in these pattern and filter like experiences. So you heard what this was sounded like. It's gonna sound like this. Like that filter whapping nonsense. None of that was me. Not a single choice. Basically, these last three guys. So like that's why didn't really get. Like I didn't fill out the thing. I didn't have all the macros, and so that's why they did this kind of thing. When I make a new pack, I'm gonna make sure that I do this the way they want it to, so that they don't do that, and then I do that, and it works. Because this is the actual sound. Like this is the thing that I was actually supposed to be, and then. So if they were going to animate something, they should have animated these, but I didn't make that clear to them or anybody when I was making these, so that's why they're not. I like this one because this is just a pulse width modified short thing into some distortion elements. It has that like character, like that monsterish, literally a creature quality. So that's what like this sound is supposed to be. It's the very first one, but you wouldn't know, would you, if you went to it and you heard this? Do you have any idea what that's for? So that's weird. This whole pack is weird, and you there's like a secret. You literally have no idea what the power of this pack is unless you turn all of these off, which are a different choice for everyone. What direction it does to turn it into the way it's supposed to be, you're not gonna know until you mess with it and make. Does this sound right now? Does this sound better? And it makes you do a little bit of work to it. These are basically all basses. I think exactly one of these is a bass, and I don't know which one it is because I didn't name these either. I didn't name any of them. These were all just called Monster 1 through 10, Reese 1 through 12, that kind of thing. Like the way that the old preset structure is, which is exactly like my influence in picking things. Like the numbers, then the number ones, and how many there are. Like this system. This is what I was doing on purpose. Because look at this, it's here. Anyway, that was that. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was doing this. Wow. I like the coloration of these pads. RGB pads aren't exactly like new, but I'm not used to them. They're new to me. I'm actually still incredibly happy with the grand. I'm gonna like play a grand. I've never played the granulizer. I've done so much. I'm realizing with just automation that I would not have ever tried to perform live, like as a thing. Wow, that's like I just made like a jet Doppler. I have made Phantom Menace. I mean, wow, a lot of those old, not even the old Star Wars sounds, like those old, the ones in the prequel were just clearly so much granulizing. Can I repackage the package preset with my original settings? I'm not sure I'm allowed to do that. I physically can do that, but I'm not sure that they would want, or how that would even help anybody but me. Do I enjoy the Aftertouch on this keyboard? I enjoy the absolute hell out of the Aftertouch. Where's that thing I was using? We haven't even touched this guy again, but this was what we were doing before. Well, that's the ARP. Well, that's what that sounds like on that one, but I'm trying to get to the bass. Oh, it's this dupe. That's all Aftertouch. This is the Aftertouch control. Getting kind of chill. I like this chill vibe this track has. Probably the chillest of this kind of track I've ever made. People asking me questions. Am I doing a 200K special? Oh my god. I couldn't even finish the 70K. I had such stupid ideas about what I could do to make content back in it. Why did I think I could pull that off? My God. Whoa. Do the keys have Aftertouch? No, they don't. I don't care they don't. I've never felt good Aftertouch on a key. Like, I used to think I did until I felt Aftertouch on this. Now I realize, no, that was all this crap. So, I'm not too bad about not having Aftertouch. People are, what? Do I, yes, had a sample series. You know, probably, maybe. I have some thoughts, because there's just straight up that option that a lot of these have to render up a business into a direct wave preset. And that I have not taken incredible advantage of this as a thing, and I think I could into some leverage that could be nice. So I might look into some of this. I hear the FL Keys Mini. I started when the daily content pop. Yeah, it's true. And I also started when I only had 20,000 subscribers, so 20 didn't seem like that big a deal. I was also a teenager, I think. Yeah, like, I'm gonna be 35 this year, I think. 34? I don't know how old I am. I was born in 88 September, so I'm gonna do the math. Yeah, they were definitely quite extensive living like that back in the day. The incentives are all much smarter now, I think. Length and retention, viewer retention, so it's about good quality versus just a lot and very fast. Views count for nothing. Well, let's try. Now, I have not tested what happens if I try to play a thing inside Patcher. Let's see if it actually lets me do that. Let me see if that works. First, chest. What's gonna happen? No. Oh, that's, I mean, I guess, again, I didn't expect. Well, what happens if I activate it? Nope. Not, yeah, because it has no idea. It has no idea this is what it only knows what I'm using based on what channel its information is receiving. And Patcher is definitely not, like, scripting, sending information about what plugins are where. Because, holy crap, how would it respond to there being multiple kinds? It could. Like, I guess, channel-wise. But no, it doesn't have any. It doesn't have the infrastructure for that. This is Flex, someone asked. This is FL's Nexus-y deal, in the sense that it has a whole crap ton of libraries and a crap ton of presets that give you almost no control. No control over the core synthesis, no control over the core selection of the sound, but control over what the designers give you in macro form, which is a lot, because they know that you don't have any control over the core sounds, so it's going to give you control over the core sounds. Wow, I didn't know this was going to turn into Valhalla by RL Grime. Shit, I had the tune in my head just now, but now I don't. Oh well. Kinda dig that a lot. If I had a say in what Patcher control would give us, just automatic first couple of controllers. So because when you make knobs and stuff, and you go and you see them, they label themselves, and then you come up in here and they have numbers. It says 1 knob 1, 2 knob 2, and if I rename them to anything, they're still 1 and 2. So I would just want it just to control the first 8, anything it has. XY's, faders, this. I don't think it could be anything that it can't. I also ideally, holy crap, because it has the buttons control, but also FL has freaking where's the touch interface. Where the heck is it? Yeah, this thing. Bam. Like, I'd love to see this be mappable to these, because that kind of this, like, I want to see a colored map that I can make instead of just this business, because I can map that and I'm per note and deal with it and I can live with that. But I'd like to have like FPC level, make a color on a pad, link it to a bunch of stuff that can then be anything. Because right now, if I want to be able to have this open and have this interface and do this, but then like, what if I want to play that, but then also trigger something else that does something, whatever. But for recording just whatever I'm doing and getting the MIDI, that's fine. Like, I'll copy and paste and link it to whatever needs to be linked to. But if I'm performing, and right now, I'm limited to what this can do. There's a way I can get around this, but it would do getting around it by way of completely destroying the control this has over the rest of FL. If I link this to just this thing directly, then I could do the MIDI through thing, and then that would control something else. But that's what you do when you don't have something that's integrated in FL. You know what I mean? So, you know, I say this, but I have not tried to use the layer. I have no clue why I would think this would work. No, I didn't. Yeah. So like, or, you know, even better, it would be great if, we've always wanted this ability to be able to name and recolor keys and have that show up here, just in the generic instrument control keyboard. That would just solve everything. Then I could have a layer and control whatever the hell I wanted. Like, I wouldn't need to care about anything else. That'd be fine. But for now, as long as, like, also that, you know, for this here, then there's also the button controls. Because I can make pads. I can make a pad situation out of here. Like, that would be fun to be able to also have that linked to these. So does that. Yeah, visualization panels. Hell yes, I do. Oh yeah, just any given UI element. Just if I only want to see a part of Maximus, like, just so I can see it, I don't have to look at it. Like, yeah. And especially if I could have, like, oh, here's this visualizer, here's that visualizer, here's that visualizer, and I can link different outputs into them. So I don't have to monitor just the whole output. I can monitor just a specific thing I want to look at, because I don't always want to see the output. In fact, I almost never want to see the output, if I'm being real. Like, the whole output. I want to see whatever weird nonsense I have to keep track of. Good. Very good. I'm glad we're having this discussion. This is a productive day. Yeah, I am overall incredibly happy with just everything happening here, though. Like, this is more control than I've ever had over FL, even more than a whole ass device that was made for it. Because this is not a completely brand new deal. Like, there's what do they call the other ones? Like, let's go look at the components, see if it hasn't finished installing an update yet. But yeah, the launch key series, it's just one of these, but, you know, labeled. Let's try to open components again. Bam. There. Oh, okay. All right. Now we get to see what happens if I try to open this while it's in FL, while it's on, while whatever. All right, let's do it. MIDI connection error. Yes, it's being used by FL. Damn it. Okay. All right. Well, this is here. This is cool. Whoa. Hello. 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 Oh. Oh. Oh, I was blown away. I was not expecting there to be this much more stuff. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? Then I am gonna do this. Let's save this. Let's save this guy. I'm gonna save this guy, and let's go into just an empty dude, and then we'll disable it from here. That's what I'll do. Bam, bam, and then turn you off. What just happened? Nothing. No, I didn't want. I'm gonna test how it could do with this new thing. I don't need to mess with that project. Now I'm forgetting what I'm doing. Components again. Come back. Because damn, if it can do anything even kind of related to performance, that's more than I expected. What more? What else am I doing? Oh, the output is still. They're both still enabled, but they're not enabled. All right, you know. I'm not 100% surprised by this result. You know what? Just gonna... There's that. Yeah, that's okay. So now that probably means hooray. Yeah, they have. Okay. Oh my gosh. What should I try first? I have to log in to save my own custom. Am I not already logged in? Should have been. Select and mute what? Select an audition? Well, let's just go to performance mode and see what happens. Oh yeah. Hey, yeah. Oh my gosh, it straight up has performance options. I didn't want to hope. I really didn't want to hope. So this is what the custom section does. That's so cool. So then I must. Hey, there's a fruity dancer freaking thing. Oh my gosh. Someone thought of everything. Oh my god. All right, let's read what audition mute. Mutes for channels 1 to 8 and top row of pads audition. So literal channels, channel rack channels. You can make your you can be specific about it. So I could probably do all the crap I just said, like just differently. Requires setting a generator meeting MIDI channel to 8 on the preview channel. That's special. But yeah, okay. So that's like nice. I could see a reason I might want to do that, but not now. Each vertical pair of pads will launch the first two patterns for tracks 1. Each vertical pair of pads will launch the first 2 patterns for what? Interperformance requires special. Let's try this one now. Yep. First 8 patterns. Oh, I get it. So this is first 2 patterns, tracks 1 to 8. Each vertical pair 1 to 8. Oh my gosh. I had it in. Oh, I see. It's 1 to 8, or is it 1 to 8? I got it. And then this is just 2. This is just track 1 and 2, first 8 patterns. It does not have page controls? Well, let's find out. So wait, this makes this will be the custom mode that makes it do transport, but there's transport. Top row pad skips to the first 9 marker transport. Marker transport mode. Holy crap. Huh. That's scene. That's scene transport control. I can do sections. That's old school live performance. That's the crap I tried to do in like 2009. Wow. Ha! Marker transport. Genuinely happy about that. I'm sitting here just being like, there's a play button. What does it mean by transport? Oh, but I gotta test out this performance mode first. Let's load up one of my projects. Jeez. I'm unreasonably happy about this. Okay, I did the thing. That's there. Yes, I have to close it now. And then come here. Refresh, connected, enable. Ta-da! Right. I wanted to open up freaking the bass antics. Oh my god, it doesn't even feel like I've been streaming this long. That's good news. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to like physically keep. Oh Look, it's colored. I didn't think it would be. They are. Novation, you legends, you literal legends. Oh. What is even what? What? Did I hit transport by accident? No. Well, that's just a channel rack. Okay, so it's not colored. That okay. What the shit? Oh, I do have. But the performance mode is on, isn't it? It'd be kind of weird if this didn't say with the performance mode being on. Yeah. Oh. I'm not sure I've done this correctly. What the oh, it's doing the mute transport thing. Okay. Yeah. What the shit? Okay, and then there's these. Yeah, I'm in the custom mode. That's what that is. So there's channel rack and instrument, nothing there, and then sequencer. It's that and custom. It changed the custom mode. Like it gives giving us this. It tells us this is performance mode. What does it mean by that? What does it think it means? Oh, do I have the wrong like port numbers or something? That's correct. You know, I hope I have like. I'm sure this works. I will get this to work. What the hell was this button? Oh, that's where that's been this whole ass time. Goddamn. Q triggering mode. That's like the funnest thing to do. Page? Nope. It doesn't seem to be doing it. Let's try this business again. Components isn't going to open up again, is it? The pads are yes, the pads are indeed velocity sensitive. I closed components. Whap. Damn it. I mean, disconnecting and reconnecting it. Okay, you know something? Let's just. Yeah, look at that Windows background because I just reformatted everything. Getting hacked is no fun. Okay. Performance mode. Send the FL key. Overwrite. Send the FL key. Overwrite. There's a lot of sends options. What do those buttons do? Nothing. Top row of pads launch the first 8 patterns from track 1. From track 2. That's just what we would think it does. Oh shit, I missed this part. Okay, cool. Channel 7. All right, neat. Honestly, my computer's running better than it ever has. I have apparently needed to have reformatted, and I also reorganized a lot of my files. Not that this is any better for us, but I know where it all is now, and that I do have it all, and that it's secure. So, does it support poly Aftertouch? I'm actually not 100% sure it does. I think it's actually just channel Aftertouch in here. I have not been able to do the individual touching. It went live at 4 p.m. UK time, 11 a.m. my time. It is almost 3 p.m. now. And turn you back on, do the thing. I like that. This is actually working a lot more stably than it was when it was being tested. That makes sense. Like, I don't know how much of their stuff was live. I didn't have any of that before, that's for damn sure. Okay, so we're back to here. And it's definitely still just doing node on and node off. I might not have like the most up-to-date like FL side of the scripting. because this just was not available when I was testing, and I have what I got from there. So that might be something I'll have to deal with later. I keep going in the macros to try and turn on performance mode. It also this project is 10,000 years old. Oh yeah, I mean I've lived on having, like, we're talking about backup security now. Like I have 300 factor authentication on everything now with bit passwords, and like it's just insane how much more secure I feel, and also insane how much security tech has just evolved. It's so much easier to use. It's not incredible hassle, and it's actually effective. It's very impressive stuff. Like authenticators as a thing. That's I like that. I'm enjoying that. Like damn. It's old school as hell, basically, because it's still the same like old dongle tech from like the late 90s, but now it's just part of your phone and still somehow secure. Interesting. Performance mode made channel 7. Yes, thank you for freaking reminding me of that. Where is even that? There it is. Thank you. Jesus. Okay, one more time. Is it doing it? It is doing it. Cool. It just also triggers things while it's stopped. Like when it stopped, if I play it, it triggers what it's supposed to trigger. Shit, I don't remember how to play it. That works though. I really wish this was colored. Do you think they'll come out with a 49 key? I don't know why only 37. No, I don't think so. And honestly, like I have a 49 key M Audio ES, and it's okay. But what's important about this is that it has 3 octaves. But this I got it. Okay, like this, I don't expect them to do anything different. But I will say, Arturia has the most genius keyboard layout I've ever seen, which is that their lowest note is not C, it's F. Okay, it's still 3 octaves, but it's 3 octaves of F, where most of music is written. Like, they thought of that for their keyboard. They actually didn't start on middle C like everyone else does. Come on. So, but yeah, the fact that there's being 3 octaves is honestly enough. This is enough range for both of my hands to exist at, which means that I can get done there. And I wildly value my desk space. Like, I do a lot. If I didn't, I have my 88 key monster. Yeah, I definitely gotta like re-up the firms and the wares. Let's go back to that thing though, because now that I know that this works, I want to see what the hell those other modes do. Freaking marker control, marker transport though. That's just so good. This is marker control is everything, because you see this is. Well, okay, performance mode works by doing it like that. Like if I play the pads, it'll play the pads, but like that means that I could write a song and be like, you know, whatever. Here's the chorus, here's here's the whatever, and it's just like 2 loops long. But if I just can skip through by doing that from here, that's how performance mode used to be. Like quote unquote performing in FL basically meant hyper loop planning. It was a lot. You were basically just performing everything yourself manually. Like, it was not very intuitive or useful. But this, in combination with the rest of the crap we've got going on now, might even be superior to clip launching, just section launching. Yeah, like we'll talk about how good the overall this is like in the future and whatnot. But as it stands, in comparison to just anything that could exist for FL, this is the superior choice to anything. There's no competition. The only competition you could have is the smaller version of this. Back to component. I still can't component with it active in FL though, which is kind of obnoxious. And it's especially if for some reason disabling this doesn't disable the output, which might again be like a firmware thing. Oh, well, I'm remembering now that like this this is supposed to be whoops, come back everything. This is supposed to be a freaking browser based thing. Like you can do this setup through MIDI through a browser, which is pretty crazy. Oops, I forgot to turn you off and then turn you on. I'm just realizing that like I've used keyboards of every conceivable size, like except for like the hyper Bosendorfer types. I think I told someone I was doing a lesson with them today. Huh. Well, you know something? I should go do that because I've already like dropped the ball so hard on so many of my other professional projects that I kind of literally can't afford to fail any harder than I am right now. All right, I genuinely appreciate y'all hanging out with me, showing like seeing this thing in action. I'm incredibly impressed by this, and I'm probably actually gonna show up and stream more just because I can touching this stuff is so much fun. It really is, and I want to see what I can do with the actual custom modes when I have whatever version of whatever firmware is supposed to be correct for what's happening, and that'll be a good time. And someone just showed up right at the end. How you doing? Does it have a 5-pin MIDI output port? Yes, it does. It totally does. Bamp. It also has a sustain pedal. Something that something that I did have, but is gear that's so old that it no longer works. They get ready for that, kids. Get ready to become so old that electronic equipment degrades. Anyway. Yes, I am finishing, but there's 4 whole hours of me joyously experiencing how freaking cool having gear aimed at the DAW I use is. Just saying that out loud, I've never realized how, like, I don't know, envious I am. Anyway, I will try my damnedest to show up more often and stream more because it's a good time. And you guys are a good time as well. Thanks for showing up. If you have any questions about this, don't forget. Feel free to ask. Yeah. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And check the hell out of Novation. There's a link in the description of this video to go to this particular piece of gear. FL Key 37. They did give it to me. I did not pay for it. They didn't really ask me to say anything else. So yeah, as usual, have a nice day.